Well done.
Everybody, come on!
I didn't know what we were doing, so I clapped.
I'm going to bring up my character sheet.
You got yours, Amanda. You got your character.
I have my
The only
printed one
thing,
too.
I think I put too many layers on his face, so next time I know just to go light, let it dry, another light coat, let it dry.
It actually looked, because of the texture,
Like
it looks
hair.
like his head is shaved.
Yeah, I
no,
know. I
like,
got lucky, but...
Fucking ridiculous. Every existence in anything, Alex exists in it.
Amanda,
somewhere.
do you use the character sheet online when we play?
No, but I am.
Because my brother and I...
Because you're basically just playing an
So,
evil
like, you have,
copy
like,
of your
line
normal
counters
game. You
and
can just
stuff
use
at the
that
end.
again.
The last page has spell slots and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he could be good or bad. Well, he looks evil, but... Yeah, man.
Do you guys know it's International Tabletop Day?
Today?
Think about that timing.
That's pretty awesome, actually. That means Alex has to stay later tonight.
Thank God for small miracles.
It's a good thing we started early today.
We will never, and I think we just have to accept that.
Unless you are at my house.
I was here,
at
ready.
2:30.
I was waiting.
Yeah, but...
I try to be at your house at 2:30, but your brother doesn't want me.
I know. I wish that was loaded.
Me too.
Oh my God. Jesus
So,
Christ.
are we ready?
We're ready to go. We're recording.
So,
It's a fake gun, okay?
Jesus has no place here. Right?
There's no God here.
He keeps
There's
stealing
no
my
God
shit
here.
every time he's in my house. He's like, hey man, that's really nice stuff. And always like take shit.
You
You
know,
putting on
silverware,
because that's the
everything.
offer
Son of the
table.
Lord, let me borrow it, man. Oh,
God, son of the Lord. Alright, so we're ready?
I'm tired.
I was born ready.
Okay. So the last we left you, terrible people,
That's
you
the
We're
had-
bad.
misunderstood.
you had made a deal with a goddess of chaos, bloodshed, destruction, and war.
Danger.
Battle, to destroy the town of Henlet, to burn the church, behead the priest, and carve her symbol within the town. And you had done so. The only requirement you are missing now is what to do with the remaining citizens of the town. And after you had defeated the priest and burned the church, you had all taken it upon yourselves to go into the tavern, hang out with the barkeep, and just go to bed. And while the town burnt, you allowed Gore and his army of dire badgers, who you recruited while living in the town, to do as they wish with the town. Falling asleep to the sweet sounds of screaming, animals biting through bone and cartilage, children being eaten alive by these rabid beasts. And you slept peacefully. Amanda, you did not sleep because you don't sleep. You sat there and read your books in by candlelight as this
The
town.
lusty Argonian maid.
Yes, the lusty. Oh my God, I had like 80 copies of that because you can find it everywhere, but it sold for like shit. Skyrim. So you awaken, fresh, rejuvenated. There's still some screams outside. This is 8 hours
Smell
later.
of flesh.
There is the smell of burning flesh. Absolutely, actually, pretty pungent.
I'm hungry.
And you look out the window of the tavern, which is right about here. Whoa! To see the main courtyard of Henlet with the large chicken statue that now seems to be smeared, almost tribal-like, in blood, as Gore was left to his own devices over the night. And within the town square, you can see there are many people kind of huddled together, surrounded by the dire badgers, and Gore is standing there, just kind of like walking around them, doing something you're not quite sure. And outside, you can hear kind of talking and yelling. Whimpers and cries are from the people, obviously. A few like deep guttural like from Gore saying things you can't really hear what he's saying. And there's a smaller man.
Still going at it.
Yes, there's a smaller man with Gore also yelling and throwing shit at the people and laughing.
This is like hour 20 of
And so, what would you guys like to do?
Make us sound like the bad guys.
Well, you make you sound like the bad guys. I have done nothing.
So, like, I guess we're in like the foyer of the tavern. Like,
You were in your rooms. You
I
saw
wanna
this
come
outside,
down
and
and
then
talk
you come down into the bar. Let's say you're probably already there, right?
Yeah.
Just sitting there drinking. Amanda, you're probably awake as well. Did you want to go down and join
Probably
them?
awake.
Or are you just kind
I
of...
don't sleep.
Okay, so you're definitely awake. And where are you?
She's so edgy.
I want to go outside. I want to go, what's it look like out here? Like, what's the distraction?
So, as you both are in, like, the main room of the tavern, what were you doing?
I guess I'm just talking to the barkeep. Well, I'm gonna be going into the police station, whatever.
Okay, so you're gonna go outside as well.
Is there anybody around here?
So, Jeff, you walk down to the floor, you're like, "Good morning, everyone," and they both look at you and both walk outside.
All right.
You don't say that, but you know.
It's because I'm a drow.
So, exactly why.
Is there anything you want to do in this tavern, or?
Take a peek behind the bar itself.
The bar, it's well stocked. There's lots of different alcohols and stuff. Not a lot of strong stuff.
Any record keeping, like books?
Oh, like a ledger?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna say yes. Kind of tucked underneath, you find Dundle's ledger book, which keeps people who owe him money for goods and services, which is all he has on there. So you're not sure what he's selling to people, but they do owe him money for something.
Can I like see any names? Does anything like make sense?
Yes,
to me?
various different townsfolk. The mayor is on there.
Okay.
Like 3 times. So the mayor owes him quite a bit of money, which is.
I want to take one of the pages with the mayor's name and tear it out.
Okay.
Just keep it on me.
The rest of the names are sort of unknown to
And
me.
I don't see any other like a money box or anything.
Yeah, sure. You could probably see like his lockbox where he keeps like the money from the people and throws it in there before he empties it out and puts it somewhere else. But yeah,
Is there anything in it?
it's locked currently. It's got a little like padlock on it.
Shake it.
Yeah, you hear there's coins in there.
I want to throw it at the ground. Give it a
Roll for strength.
fuck. I rolled a 2.
So you go. You look around, make sure no one's there. You go, and it bounces up and hits you in the face like it gives you like a little nick on your forehead, like. And it is.
Kick it under the bar and get out of here.
So a little, you're looking that nobody saw. Luckily,
Yeah, no.
And you kind of
Ego's hurt a little bit.
right. Yes, definitely. You right yourself and exit. So your what was your character's name again?
Esther.
Esther, Astride, Alex. Mm-hmm. Are you still Alex, or did you want to go with Xander? Did you want to change the name?
Just stick with Alex.
You could. Last name's Craven if the A's or the O sound gets too
no,
much.
the only one is his, because he picks the same name for every character he ever plays, but it's not the same character, so it's like a nightmare. Okay, so Alex, you all exit,
Just
and
like Alex's face staring into the void.
it's me. It's always me. So as you guys exit towards the main courtyard, what were you looking for, Amanda? Or were you just kind of seeing what it looked like?
Well, I want to make some zombies, basically.
Oh.
Is my deal.
You will definitely have your pick of people. There are, not only outside of the church, of the destroyed, burnt down, completely fucked church, there's a number of bodies, a lot of which have actually been half-eaten, so they would be a little bit useless because they were in the fight with the Badgers, but there are plenty of bodies just laying around the streets, some burnt, some cut in half, some eaten by Badgers, but a lot of them that are still usable. And that's just from the area that you're in right now, like near this courtyard. It looks like, as you get closer to the courtyard, it looks like many people have been beheaded by Gore, which seems to be like his favorite thing to do, is just lop off heads. Either heads or in half, like he used to slaughter the pigs.
I feel like we did something we're not going to be able to take back with Gore.
I think he deserves it, though. Like, I'm a little afraid of what I created, but I think he deserves it. I think he deserves it.
Yeah, well. So
he was made fun of.
There are many bodies. Did you want to cast a spell to raise dead, or I don't know how that works.
Let me just ask you first.
Yes.
Because technically the one says I can only do it at night. So should I?
Oh, fuck that.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you want to do? You want to raise zombies? It shouldn't be dictated by nighttime or daytime.
So what I want is.
It's pretty badass though. If the circumstance. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the one spell, I can make 5. zombies or skeletons. I want the soldiers on the battlefield to be the skeletons, and I want 3 of those.
All right, so you search around for the ones where their bones are mostly still intact. It seems like a lot of them by the church are actually good and usable because the badgers more or less teared their entrails out and left a lot of their, some of them left their bones, some of them the badgers can bite right through it. But looks like they went straight for the kill and then came back to eat the meat later. So you're able to raise 3 of the soldiers, right? Mm-hmm. So as you cast the spell on some of their bodies, you kind of drag their bodies into a pile, and I guess you guys may see this or not, but she casts the spell, and you see the bodies start twitching and like convulsing, and you see them rise. And as they rise, they look at themselves. The flesh hasn't really decayed yet. It's only been 8 hours, so some of them it's like whatever bloating from gas or whatever. But they kind of look, and they like. And start ripping the flesh from their bones, just tearing it off, biting it off, ripping at their own bodies. Some of the people, because this is still in plain view of the people who are huddled, Gore is watching and just kind of nodding. The other guy who's with Gore is actually Dundle, who is like sees where Gore's is like, oh, like whoa, like ooh, that's a little rough. And the people are horrified as some of these guards were their husbands or brothers or friends or what have you. And you hear one child, Papa, no! As you see these guards ripping their own flesh off and screaming this horrific, I guess, skeleton scream. I don't know if they make noises. We're gonna say they do. Just
scream. I think we just committed a war crime.
As they rip their own flesh off, and you have before you 3 raw-looking, red, bloody skeletons. After they rip the flesh off, they only ripped off what they could like get at. Mostly, like they dug under their armor to pull shit out. So like some of their chainmail is still hanging loose, and the threads from their clothes. And it's all baggy. Some of the meat is still kind of on there that they didn't completely get rid of, as they're just kind of like waiting for you to give them commands. Their sockets devoid of eyes and mouths devoid of tongues, just sitting there waiting.
So I guess things can get worse.
If I die, I give you permission to do that to me.
I don't.
Because that is horrifying.
You give her permission?
Yes.
Okay.
Respect.
Then I want to look for 3 more intact corpses to make ghouls.
Okay, not a problem for this. As you're kind of looking around, you go a little bit further into the neighborhood, and as you can see, a lot of the doors are smashed in. Gore and the Badgers seem to have really done a good job.
It's a band name.
Gore and the Badgers? That's an excellent band name, yeah. Of tearing everything apart, and you actually are kind of looking around, looking for some good shit, and you enter one of the larger buildings, which looks like it was would that one be? Actually, wait, let's any specific kind of body that you're looking for?
So the ghouls, no. When I use the
they
other
will
spell,
transform into ghouls, or
well, no. Like after I have these 6 soldiers, I want to go looking for 2 children to make zombie children.
Okay. So you can find actually
good
all
on
you need within the Henlet Schoolhouse, which is number 8 on here.
Yeah, if we want to break the party, I think she'll be okay on her own.
So you actually start wandering, go past the destroyed church into the Henlet Schoolhouse, which it appears people had tried to barricade themselves in and protect the children.
Oh yeah.
Which was of no use.
Because I know Gore was going for the children.
Gore, you can tell Gore was here.
Okay.
The door, this large, heavy, like wooden door, is cleaved in half. As you can tell, he entered alone, probably without badgers, and started tearing everybody to pieces as he despises the children. And you can see that amongst there are children that are, like, instead of being cut in half, were just thrown against the wall hard enough that their, like, skulls kind of caved in and their bodies are usable. And there are several teachers that are... One of them is actually pinned to the wall with a... you know those, like,
You're in the
paper
school?
cutters?
She's in the school right now?
He seems to have stuck one on and threw it against the wall, and a teacher is pinned to the wall. Yeah, she's in the schoolhouse.
He broke it off to like make a machete.
Yeah, basically, and then just... and so there are plenty for which you can create your ghouls. And what, zombies for children?
2 children, 3 ghouls, 3
skeletons. So you,
I'm good.
as you transform them, you know, you guys aren't there to see, but the children are just zombies. Right? Yep. So the children just rise, their eyes kind of lolling about and just more like wet sort of noise coming from them as they stand up. The ghouls are technically creatures, right? The body goes through like a metamorphosis, kind of. Like they have claws and teeth and shit.
They look human, you know what I mean? Like they just, that's what they look like.
Oh.
What if they're like Monster Island zombies that they like carve their bones down and shit?
It kind of, like they're sharp. They have sharp claws and sharp toenails and teeth. That's always how I imagine ghouls, is that they're a little less like zombies and more monstrous, like an in-between.
Monsters and shit.
So the one of the teachers kind of rises up, puts its hands against the wall, and slides itself off of the thing with a nice little hole in its stomach. As you see the skin kind of start like turning a more palish blue, and you see it as it starts ripping at its own fingernails, biting the flesh off, and you can see as it does that, pulling the flesh off, the bone seems to be callousing over, creating more bone to be sharper little edges, basically to make the ghouls. You see it. She's tearing her own teeth out, and you see them grow back sharper little bone protrusions, kind of almost like extensions of the skull itself, as opposed to like loose teeth that can come out. So just like the skull elongated into these like nasty, destructive teeth. And you do this to 2 of the teachers and 2 of the children, right? Or 3 of the teachers, 2 of the children?
Yes.
Okay, so
Good thing I'm not there.
So you exit the schoolhouse like feeling great as 3 skeletons, 2 zombie children, and 2 ghouls follow you out.
3 skeletons, 3 ghouls, 2
Three
zombie children.
3 ghouls and 2 little zombie children. The 2 zombie children are right at your sides. One of them is like holding your books, maybe like a bag or something, and the other ones are simply following you. One of the ghouls actually is still holding the thing that she slid out of the wall with, just cause. And the skeletons are holding like their weapons, and the zombie children don't have any weapons whatsoever. You'd have to give them something.
Okay.
So, you 2.
Well, after seeing the undead rise and all that, and just knowing where this is gonna go, you know, like soldiers in the desert or like people riding horses in the desert have like those scarves. They almost look like
She-mags?
Yeah, like they almost look flannel.
Yeah.
I want to just take that out of my pack and say I have one and just cover my mouth because it's going to start stinking in Henlet.
Oh, so
That's
you
smart.
you calmly pull this rag out, look, like, and just tie it around his ear. It's still gonna get through, but
It's all right.
it's more doable. Is there anything you guys want to do out here in the?
I'm gonna make my way to the police station, the guards, the barracks.
Okay, so you start heading towards the police station. Was there anything you wanted to do in the
No,
town
I'll
square?
stick with you for now. Do you have an objective in the barracks?
Yeah. You want me to
Do
tell
you want to elaborate?
Yeah, well, I want to look through the armory.
Oh, that's a good idea. Just in case anything happens when Gore has his back turned, let's beef up and stuff.
So as you guys approach,
Or loot.
Because I was going to say, at some point there has to be like a military response. We killed the military response.
you
So.
basically annihilated the military response in a
The
very
immediate
fast
one, yeah.
manner that they didn't expect. The town of Henlet is essentially neutered at this point.
Okay.
As you approach, you can see that the door at one point was bashed in as it's off of its hinges and has been propped back up. Gore is over there, Doe's over there, so there's nobody here right now. You do see that some of the windows are bashed in, and there's like a body hanging out of one of the windows. Its head is gone with teeth marks that seem to have torn its flesh and chainmail, and there's one of the dire badgers sitting there like licking at like the destroyed neck
On the lawn, like out front?
Yeah, he's basically like I'm gonna say like probably right over here or something,
Okay.
where the front door is over here. He's licking this body's like neck nub, and so there's before.
There was a terrible accident.
I don't get it.
Let's go.
Alright, I want to unholster my gun and kick down the door.
Okay, so you unholster the gun, and I want you to roll for strength.
18.
18. Jesus.
I
Without a modifier.
Without,
Yeah.
yeah. 21.
So you and you kick the door. Not only the door would have come off easily even if it was on its hinges, but whatever it was blocking it, which seemed to have been a large bookcase, you simply kick the door in the bookcase and like slid across the room as the sunlight beams into the ruined barracks. As you see, Gore did pass through here with his with his dire badgers. More than that, there are some of the corpses that are lying around have clean, nice bullet holes right through the heads. From what appears, well, you're not really sure yet. You'd have to take a closer look, but there are bodies lying about on the desks and the computers, and seems to be massacring here. But they most likely would have left the same way that they came in, so not too sure as to the bookshelf behind it, but here you have it.
Can I investigate?
Yeah, actually, what are you investigating for? What are you looking for?
The bullet wounds isn't something that Gore or the dire badgers would have used.
Go ahead.
I was going to do the same thing.
13.
Go ahead. See what else you might see a little extra something.
1.
You go.
My
and
passive perception is 9. If that helps for anything.
You go to touch on one of the bodies and kind of press in, and horrible gases are released from the body, and you're like, oh. Alex is very used to this smell as he is around death constantly. You're no stranger to death, but constantly it is his bread and butter.
Profession.
Exactly, it is his profession. So the gas has kind of come out, and he's like, just kind of snorts, looks over at the bullet hole. You can see it is made from a rifle of some kind, a very fine rifle with excellent accuracy, as not only does this one have a bullet hole right through the eyes, the other one has one right through the throat, and another one has 2 right in the heart.
And these are guardsmen that have been shot?
These are guards that have been shot, some kind of high power rifle, and you remember the kind of bullet wound that Dundle inflicted on one of the patrons of the bar when you guys came in when the town was in ruins. And you assume that this is actually made by the same kind of weapon. As you saw that wound happen close up, and his like crack shot accuracy of blowing through a guy's eye or through his throat, I believe. So you assume that this was made by the same kind of weapon.
Plus his absence at the bar.
Yes. Well, he is now in the courtyard, yelling at people. But these wounds would have happened a couple hours ago. This was when the fight was going on, to the sweet sounds that you all fell asleep to.
Have these bodies been looted? Like anything in their pockets? Or?
Yes, these ones absolutely have. Their pockets are turned out, their shoes are missing, and some of their teeth are gone. Only ones that, one of the teeth is broken on the ground and has like a little bit of gold like in it that seems to have also kind of broken. So you assume it was only golden teeth that were pulled from the mouths.
I'm gonna keep going deeper into the barracks.
Who do you think's been through here?
I think I got an idea. What was his name? Dundle?
Dundle House bitch.
Remember House Bitch?
Yeah,
House bitch.
Why would he? Oh, okay. I don't know. I guess this seems just uneasy to me that he went straight here.
Well, he's
his
probably looking
family's
for
a
something.
part of this place. Yeah, whatever.
I mean, his sister is, but them two are pretty different.
I want to share. He also apparently has a side business with I don't know, some goods and services. I mean, he sells to a bunch of the townsfolk, so he had some sort of dirt on the mayor, it looks like.
What does he sell?
I don't know. It says goods and services. House bitch is shady.
That is pretty shady. I like him, though.
A lot of them are dead, though, so let's see.
Alright. Yeah, I'm going to continue into...
So you continue through the barracks. It appears that you reach an area where sort of on the right would be kind of like housing for some of the guards, like to just bunks and stuff that they slept in.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that a lot of the tables and things actually had like food on. Looks like they lived here. As some of them may not have had families in the town itself or what have you, but a lot of them seem to have just lived in this city or lived in this building, in these barracks. It's pretty tight quarters. It's a little strange. Jesus. But as you go, you'll eventually find not too much of interest. There aren't like any guns in here, as most of them seem to have used maces and shields. Which the spiked mace seems to be one of the like chosen weapons of
Is there like an armory in here?
Yes. You search for signs of the armory, and you were able to find it pretty quickly. You get to a big reinforced like steel door that has like a small window in it. Looks like it has an electronic panel on the left hand side and a swipe card. And as you approach it, you can hear like something kind of clamor inside, like someone just knocked something over inside of it.
Did any of the bodies have key cards on them?
I'm gonna say roll investigation to find something that may help you.
9.
20.
20?
Oh, shit. Good
So
shit.
They start popping out of people's pants.
So you start kind of looking, and you're like, shit. And you're kind of looking around, looking in like drawers and shit, and looking on pockets. You overlooking this field and seeing how looted the bodies are. You're thinking anybody would have probably grabbed something that looked like it could have entered them into something else. Especially if it's done, really seems greedy, so he most likely would have been through here. So you start looking elsewhere. You find your way to what was actually the captain's office. And in the captain's office, you are able to sort of look around his desk, and you slide open one of the drawers, and in there seems to be a key card he may have left, because he left pretty disgruntled and angry. Probably not enough time to actually lock it away when he was sent home.
Thanks, Harold.
So you you say that as you lift up the key card that has his proud face on it, and you now have access to the armory if you wish.
Alex.
Nice. I thought I heard something on the other side of the door, so we should do this quietly.
Have like crossbow.
I'm gonna keep my guns out right now, and I'm gonna swipe the card.
So you, and the door kind of unlatches, and you can now open it if you wish.
I'm gonna open the door, but stay behind it, walking backwards.
So you stay behind it, gun in your other hand, and Jeff, you look before you as the terrified, muttering form of the mayor sits before you, and he has a shotgun shaking in his hands, and he just fires. Where were you standing?
I guess like behind Alex.
Oh, so you guys were both kind of backing up. So as you guys open here, boom, as it like puts a hole in the ceiling, and you're don't you come in here.
I want to shout, Mayor, stand down, we're here to save you.
Like hell you are. I saw what happened to this town. Oh God, it's not gonna happen to me. Just close the door.
Okay.
I want a thunderclap.
You want a thunderclap? What does that do?
It's for damage, but just makes a burst
Like a
of
big
thunderous
concussion.
sound. So if he's like in a small metal room, a thunderclap in it, just like.
So, what do you need to roll for that? What's the damage? or whatever?
Damage is like 3d6.
Roll that.
Okay.
Let's see how it goes.
I'm gonna follow up to
5, 8.
8. So you boom. You can tell that you're not gonna really be able to reason with him. So you just kind of peek your hands around and go, and it just into the room itself as it just and you hear the shotgun clatter to the ground.
That
I wanted
objective, yeah.
I wanted to take a follow up shot in his chest.
I was trying to disarm him.
You're just gonna
Yeah.
shoot the bear.
Fine, in his knee then.
Oh, you go for like a wound shot.
Yeah.
Alright, roll. He's like a gibbering mess, kind of prone on the ground. So I'm just gonna say, just roll damage
Okay.
for hitting him in the leg.
9.
9.
Yeah.
So you fire into his knee, blowing out the cartilage of his knee, and then his knee just like explodes.
I want to run up to him and tackle him.
So you run up and tackle him to the ground, and he is crying. You see him like, oh God, oh, as he's just in a
Just
complete...
start slapping him, telling him to get his shit together.
So
All your friends are dead.
Alex is on top of the mayor, slapping the shit out of him, half to wake him up and half just kind of enjoying it as this blubbering fat mayor is just weeping. Is there anything you want to do, Jeff? While
I want to kick the shotgun to like just away.
you adjust the shotgun out of the
Can I zip tie him to like the desk or something nearby? Something stationary.
there's like racks where they have like locked cages with like other weapons and shit inside of them. So you can kind of zip lock tie him to one of those.
Okay.
I guess just one hand. I'll leave
Both,
the other
I
hand
guess
free.
both.
Okay, so he's just like.
I want to shine my light around. What kind of weapons, ammunition, what's in this room?
So there's not a whole lot in here, as this is a small town. They mostly just used like melee weapons. But you can see, as you're kind of looking around, there is another shotgun in the same one that he seemed to have pulled one out of, and what appears to be like one assault rifle in another one of the cages with plenty of ammunition.
Awesome.
That it seems that they only would pull these out if anything like nasty came into town or something that they couldn't handle. But it seems like for the most part they arm themselves. There's other maces and shields within this armory as well, and suits of heavier armor that not a lot of them were able to throw on because this all happened so fast.
See if we can start. You keep looking around, but maybe we can finance our campaign in the name of Draxia elsewhere. Mayor, how does? Do you have your hand in Henlet's pocket? Do you have direct access to such a treasury? Are you well off?
I am the pocket of Henlet. If you want money, ooh, for my life, I will give you this entire town. The whole thing. All of it. I don't care.
Are you well off?
I'm going to start dressing his wound on his knee.
Where does Henlet...
Oh, thank you. See, that's going to get you a bonus.
I want to kill him so bad right now.
You tighten the...
How deep is the... Are your bank vaults, or do you run on credit?
So, the town...
Oh, so...
Whoa. The town isn't as rich as others. We are a very small town. We don't... Our biggest product is chicken, for God's sakes. To be honest, I tax a lot of the townsfolk on their trades. A lot of the money will go to me. I probably have, I have access to the bank. Yeah, and the bank has some money that's given to us
Where's
from
the bank from here?
Hmm?
Where's the bank?
Oh, just a couple buildings down there. In the neighborhood. It's
I forget that
building
we have like
right there.
modern tech too. So you use like a PIN number? Is it electronic? Or are there actually vaults in Henlet?
So we listen. I could give you access to the whole bank, but there may not be a lot of actual gold, as I had recently liquidated a lot of it
into a giant chicken statue.
Isn't it beautiful? It's
Fucking
the most
disgusting.
wonderful. Listen, I ran it by the head priest. He said it was a wonderful idea. It would build morale. We just don't have use for a lot of money here. It's not like we have to pay off crooked dukes or.
So at least we know we can melt down the giant fucking chicken if we need
Solid
money.
gold.
Well, I melted it down into gold paint and painted a stone or a bronze chicken. I painted it gold.
So what did you do with the excess?
I don't know where it went.
Can I?
I gave it to the priest. I gave it to the priest.
Can I see if he's lying?
Go ahead and roll insight.
I give it to the priest?
19. What do I add to that?
If you rolled a 5,
he's not a good liar to begin with.
The only thing, if you rolled under a 5, I was gonna say like, oh, he's telling the truth. He's good. So he is fucking lying. You can see that despite the pain of his knee and the thought of death, he still believes he can get out of this.
I want to start thumbing his bullet wound in his knee.
So as you dress it and you hear him say, I sent it to the priest. You just go. and he lets out this horrific, kind of scream as he's like, okay. It's in my house, under my home. I have my own vault. Do I keep the money? Oh my god!
So like card access, password, PIN access.
It's a password. It's 3567 on the vault.
3567.
Get in. 3567. Yeah.
Do you have what you needed here right now, Alex?
Just let me go.
Okay.
And I can.
I'm gonna throw the AR on my back, and I'm gonna throw you the shotgun.
Looting. I want to make it so like when we're ready to leave. When I'm done talking to him, he's ready to leave. So if you want to look around now,
can I throw the AR on my back with like a couple extra mags?
Sure.
And I guess I'll have my sidearm in my holster, and I'll hold the shotgun out. With,
You want all 3?
Yeah, I guess 8 cartridges for the shotgun.
8 like in there,
Yeah.
actually, and then there's like I'm gonna say like a box of ammo that comes with it. I'm not stressed too much about ammo. It's more like special ammo that you guys would have to really keep track of. But common,
sure,
like that's buckshot, no problem. Yeah.
Is there any like flak jackets or just like light armor?
Yeah, there is. So there's a couple different choices. There is what
That's
appears
good.
to be like chainmail, which will give you like protection against like slashing and bludgeoning damage, I guess.
Yeah.
And there's bulletproof vest that'll give you ballistics resistance. What kind of like? Are you going for more medieval look, or more of a?
I was going for more medieval, just because I was thinking. Again, I always have to remember the world, the cool blend.
There's also like a fine, looks like a set of like leather armor that you can throw on. That'll give you it's like medium armor. But if you're looking for more light, then
No,
I would
that's
go with,
fine.
like,
I
chainmail.
want to pick that up.
All right,
It's
so
like
you throw some like leather armor on yourself. I don't know what leather armor gives you because I didn't really.
We'll
plan
worry about
for
that
it.
stuff
Okay,
later,
but like I would write it down anyway, like leather armor.
Yeah.
I think actually you can find it in there. Just
Mhm.
a normal set of leather armor, which will give you a little bit more to your AC.
I'll stat it and actually add it
You don't have
between
armor right
rounds. No, I do,
Oh.
but I'll just keep it in a notepad for now.
now? And they also have like studded, which is higher than leather.
Yeah.
But
Okay, I was trying to keep it like in character too, like for the stuff that certain classes can wear. So that's why
okay, I see. Yeah,
I was like, I'd get decked out if I could, but I think like sorcerers and stuff keep it light or keep it.
Light.
probably should. Yeah.
But okay. Yeah, so you're looted here
Yeah,
successfully.
I'm set. Any black powder or anything like that?
No,
Okay.
Not really.
Alright, I'm good.
This is a small shit
Here's
town.
password 3567.
Yeah.
So Mayor, your pin was 3567.
Yep.
And that's the only access we need to get into your vault.
Yep. Can you let me go now?
Yes, after we visit your vault. We'll
I'm-
be back. I don't
I'm
want to
gonna-
close the
well,
vault behind him.
No, I'm gonna take him with us. I don't want to come back for him. Who's
Yeah,
who's
you can
gonna
take
put
me
up a
with you.
fight?
That's fair.
I'll just blow his head off if he tries anything. What do you think? You want to just keep him here? Because if we keep him here,
actually-
there's others that had access to this.
We'll
vault.
keep him bound, but I want to attempt to charm him. So he's
Oh.
like
Damn, that's interesting.
Okay, what does that
following
do?
us. I think it's more for like combat stuff, but you attempt to charm a humanoid. If it makes a wisdom saving throw, blah blah blah. I'm sorry, it's about combat, but I feel like that's here.
Mm-hmm.
It must make a wisdom saving throw and does so with advantage if you or your companions are fighting it. If it fails the saving throw, it is charmed by you until the spell ends or until your companions do anything harmful to it.
He'll definitely get advantage because you blew a hole in his knee.
The charmed creature regards you as friendly
I did.
acquaintance. When the spell ends,
did.
the creature
You
knows
both.
it is charmed by you. So I think
We
it
play
would
good
be-
cop, bad cop.
He thunderclapped him. His eardrums out.
I mean we don't have to. We can just take him by force. But
Well,
I feel like
What's the DC on it? I can roll.
he
for it.
is Wisdom 15.
Okay, so did you want to cast that? Or?
Yeah, screw it.
Okay. He makes a save. So you actually start Jedi mind tricking him to be like, "Oh, you will come with us," and he's like, "You shot me."
I
I
want
want to
to.
backhand him. All right, let's
Can
go.
I, I'm gonna say that's it, motherfucker. You're coming with us, and I'm gonna slap him.
He's like, you back in him just
want
out
me
of
to-
the frustration of your move not working. It wasn't even so much what he said. It was probably just like, damn it. And
Yeah,
you're just
that's
kinda
exactly what it
angry.
was.
And then you just do it just
Do you want me to do
'cause.
intimidation or?
No, he'd
Oh.
still come with you.
He's
Okay.
a fragile old man. Like
You got him.
He's still gonna be zip tied behind his back. I'm just
Okay,
gonna have
okay.
my arm behind him, like, and through his arms and over his shoulder, like the escort position, basically.
Oh, are you gonna carry me?
And then I'm gonna knee him in the back of the leg.
Ah!
And just push
he
him
falls completely down to the ground,
I'm
and
gonna
it's just
pick him
weeping.
back up.
You pick him back up, and it's you kind of have to hold his weight as he's like, oh,
Do you wanna, like,
as you're leading
stretch
him.
Do you have
out
anything
area?
to gag him with that I can't stand? This?
oh my god.
I could use a bandage.
Yeah, you
Wrap-
can
wrap
do
around his
some
fucking
from the
mouth.
body, some cloth from the
Yeah.
body.
I'll do that.
So,
shit.
so you walk over to one of the guards, as the mayor's like, "Oh God!"
Wait,
oh,
no,
God."
I want to take his sock out, put it in his mouth, and then put a bandage around it.
One of the guards socks
Yeah,
or his socks?
a guard sock.
So you look for a
Mankind.
guard and you slap off one of his boots. And it looks like that one of the badgers had torn up his leg.
Nice.
So all the blood had seeped into the
Perfect.
sock, and you pull it off, and the mayor's like, "Oh my God, that's the and his eyes are wide, and you see you couldn't hear it as much because you have your hand over his mouth, but his eyes are screaming, and just a muffled.
Much better.
and you start marching him back out to outside. Amanda?
Mm-hmm.
Was there
Petty crimes.
where were you headed now that you had your
This
little
is more
zombie
than petty
horde?
crimes.
Yeah, a little bit.
I guess back.
Back, okay. You want to go back to the main square?
Yeah.
Okay. So you approach the main square, and you see Gore kind of pacing back and forth, and he goes, he's just saying another, and you see Dundle standing next to Dundle Hospitch, the tavern owner, and he's like not so fast, man. Come on, you gotta let him really feel it. And you see the people like terrified as the badgers are like kind of like biting at them, and Dundle's like, which one's next? Who will go down first? This is like a whole luck of the draw kind of thing. You get it? And Gore's like, Gore no get it. Gore won't kill. Gore won't cut in half. And he's like, nah, man, look, like I'm gonna bet that one goes first. And he points right to like a wizard old man who's like, and he's standing, stalwart against the badgers, kind of protecting some people. He goes, you see that? That's hero mentality. Heroes always go down first. I bet the badger's gonna snag that shit right from under him and just drag him out. They're gonna rip him apart. And Gore's standing there looking, and he's like, 2 copper. And he's like, 2 copper? Come on, man, you gotta bet a little bit more than that. I'm talking like maybe like a silver. And he's like, no, Gore no have money. He's like, oh, you're right, man. Well, look, give me what you have, and we'll see what happens. And Gore's just like, started reaching into like his dirty like butcher's apron thing, looking for money. Is there anything you wanna?
Well, I want to see which one goes first.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you stand there and wait, and as they're sitting there, he's like, all right, man, so start edging your badgers on. You know the drill. And he's like, you see Gore just go, rah, and the badgers look at him and start like going in a little further, and they're really nipping and being aggressive. And the older man kind of is like staying like, stalwart, and there's like a chubbier like man who's getting really approached by one, looks around and throws a woman in front of himself, and the badgers fucking grab her, drag her down as she's screaming, back her up. Two other ones come and just tear her to pieces, and Dundle goes, oh, ain't that a son of a bitch? And Gore is beside himself. He's like, Gore get 2 copper? Gore get 2 copper? And he's like, no, Gore, you get 4 copper. And he's like, that more? He's like, yeah, man, that's more. That's how betting works. He's like, see? Now you want to go double or nothing? And he's like, oh! He's like, yeah! And so they're kind of doing that. Kind of figuring, betting on who's going to die next.
The Deadpool.
You guys start approaching this as well as you hold the mayor, kind of lifting him up. You see them walking the destroyed mayor out as one of his legs is soaked in blood. He has a bloody like mass of cloth in his mouth as he's like and he's trying to push it out, and as Alex walks in, he just pushes it back in, and he's like it's just disgusting. And now Alex seems to have a shotgun and an assault rifle, which because he's like doing so much, the shotgun's kind of dangling by like the strap. The assault rifle's back there. The shotgun's just kind of like swinging, and he's like looks happy as a pig and shit. Jeff is adorned in like a new set of leather armor, so you all meet here at the town square, where it appears a woman is being torn to pieces by a badger. She just now died. She was screaming this entire time. And there you go.
We're gonna go to the mayor's house.
What does the mayor have? What's going on?
Money.
If we're gonna continue out the good word of Draxia, then I figure we're probably gonna have to bankroll for some. There's only 3 of us. There's gonna be bigger towns. We might need to recruit. We might need to lay low, set up an operation for a while. So see what kind of finances they're dealing with.
Okay.
Mr. Monopoly looks like he's well off. Maybe he can share some of the wealth. Slap him.
Slap him in disgust. So you guys start making your way?
Downtown.
So you guys start making your way towards the mayoral mansion, which I believe is number 16. Yes, number 16. So it's next to the church mansion, which was where So you guys start making your way down I would say down this street towards like the neighborhoods. You see a lot of the houses kind of busted in and destroyed. You see that there are dire badgers kind of roaming the streets now, as well as what appears to be like larger wildlife. You see the occasional dire wolf. You see a couple of like just actual bears walking around. No dire bears, but like large bears kind of roaming. The area seems to have changed as creatures. Yeah, as creatures seem to have come out of the woods.
They're probably all smelling this burnt flesh.
They don't seem to be scavenging or hunting. They seem to be patrolling. They're walking down the streets and looking around as they're walking around.
I want to ask Amanda, do you know anything about this?
I don't like the look of that.
Let me see if I can talk to animals.
Do they
talk to animals? Do you have talk to animals?
I don't.
I said, let me see if I do.
Do they look menacing towards us, or are we too far away?
No, as you guys come walking around, like the dire wolf, as you guys go into one of the streets, a dire wolf exits one of the houses, his muzzle caked in blood, and you see like a bit of like cloth hanging from like out of his mouth.
That's a wolf?
Looks like, yeah, it looks like maybe like from like a child's shirt or something, and it kind of turns to you and just
Do I have anything with that?
and then keeps walking. Like sniff the air around you and keeps going.
I'm gonna just pull out the AR and have it in my right hand, and
Just in
then
case.
and keep escorting him.
You see the mayor is terrified of this. He's like, seems to be talking, but can't.
I have nothing about animals.
Yeah, I
so.
don't have anything.
Okay.
We'll keep going to the house.
Okay, so you make your way to the mayoral mansion as you see there are bodies strewn about here and there. There's a couple of other houses that seem to have caught on fire last night. One of them still sort of like smoldering and burning. And you reach the mayoral mansion. It seems relatively untouched.
I wonder if the destruction of the church had something to do with that. Some
Animals,
sort of
maybe?
ward. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Fuck magic.
I don't like that.
Man, that's just weird.
Alright, we're gonna go up to the front door.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
so
try it.
you go up to the large like gate, and it appears to be that there's like an intercom system for you to have to.
I want to shove him forward into the intercom system and just like open it.
Say one thing off script, he's gonna blow your fucking head off. Pull a sock out.
What? I'm sorry. What did you say?
Say one thing off script, he's gonna blow your fucking head off.
Okay. What do you want me to say?
Get us into your house.
You want me to say get us into your house?
Is there anything funny in there that people like us walk in, nothing's gonna blow off our legs or anything?
Oh, like security systems?
Like security systems.
The security system that I have is for people try to break into my house without me.
We'll deactivate it.
I will. I will certainly do that when we reach the front door. If I contact the help inside, they should be able to. The gates are locked. They might not have busted in here. Maybe they didn't get that far.
Alright, open the gates, and if you don't, I'm gonna remove your legs.
Okay. and he presses the button and boop, and like waits for a response. And while he's waiting, he's like, "Does anybody have any candy bars or like a fiber bar or something? I'm starving. I haven't. No, okay, that's fine." And you hear over the intercom.
Just waiting.
You hear over the intercom. Yes, mayoral mansion residence. And he's like, oh, thank goodness. Bunsen, it's me. And he's like, oh, sir, pleasure to see you.
Put
Never
a
hear from
hand
you
on his
again.
shoulder. Gently.
I want to put my hand on his other shoulder.
Bunsen, there's been terrible travesties out here. I
Put my
have
hand on his
heard
ass.
so." What? My hand on his ass?
Yeah.
Monster.
You want to grab his ass? Oh. He goes, and I need shelter quickly. And he's like, of course, sir. Good to know that you have lived. You can come in. And he the gates like start sliding open, and he's like, see, as I promised, will you let me go now?
After we get payment.
After we make our withdrawal from the bank of you.
Okay. And so you start leaving. Is his hand still actually behind his back?
Absolutely.
Okay. So you walk his hand there. You walk him all the way up to the mansion. As he reaches the edge, you see the doors open and an old man who is like the butler's like, Yes.
Dropping
And you
him.
see his eyebrows are like so big they kind of cover his whole face. And
He's like a Muppet.
yeah, that's Butler Bunsen.
Oh, good. He's named. Now I'm gonna feel bad.
Well, he said it, that's what his name is. So
Yeah, the mayor came home to make a withdrawal.
oh, Bunsen, you must let us
That's
inside.
not a
quickly.
euphemism.
Are these your friends? And he's like, yes, Bunsen, they're my friends. Just please let us in. Alright. And he kind of steps aside as you all walk into this beautiful,
Good, I didn't think he would get out of the way.
beautiful home. And he's
Is
just
it painted in gold?
No, but it's
Okay.
painted beautiful blues and golds, but not with real gold paint, obviously. There are plenty of nice, like, silver and kind of goldish, more like silver, I would say, decorations and things. And the butler's standing there. Oh, would you like any refreshments?
I'd take a cup of coffee.
Very
Two.
well. Tea.
No.
No, I said two coffee.
And he looks at you, and he looks down at these undead children that are
I forgot.
I forgot about them as well.
and you see his like eyebrow obscured eyes sort of as he looks at them, looks at the other like zombies that are with you, looks at the mayor, looks to see that the mayor has his hands bound behind his back, looks back to all of you,
No sugar.
looks back to the mayor, and he's like, and he goes, and slaps the mayor in the face, and the mayor's like, oh, and he goes, oh, finally, and just starts walking away. I'll be back with your refreshments. He's scared of spiders, and walks, and he's like, Bunsen, as he says that.
Guys,
He's scared
not,
of spiders?
Thank you, sir.
He's saying the mayor is scared of spiders.
Guys, I don't want to scratch on Bunsen.
Not a scratch.
Not a scratch.
We'll burn down this entire town to protect Bunsen.
Hey, he helped us out.
Help us help you.
Exactly. So let's
Wait.
make our way. You got something?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm thinking minor illusions
I
of
lost
spiders
it.
and shit.
Oh my god.
Can I use a charge of the staff to bring out some giant spiders?
Why don't you use the charge of the staff
Why don't we
to
wait
make-
until we
Okay.
get our
Oh,
payment,
Yeah.
and then we can torture him? Because he might crack and lose his mind before we get what we want.
He is very distraught now at this point, as he assumed he would get some help from Bunsen, and how wrong.
You know what
he was.
assuming does.
Makes
So
an
here
ass
you-
out of you.
So you now stand in the foyer, the soft pitter patter of Bunsen's old feet going off, and he's very slow going off into the mansion. And there you stand in the foyer. What would you like to do?
All right, where's your vault? In the basement?
Yep.
All right, where's the basement?
Right this way. And he starts leading you.
I still have my hand like on the back of his
Okay.
arm.
So he leads you to a doorway. He can't open it because his hands are bound.
Oh,
but he's
open
like,
it.
Right there. All right. So you open it, and it leads to not a very large staircase, but staircase leading down to a darker basement. And he starts like walking, and he's like, "Listen, you're gonna let me go, right?" And he stops on the stairs like halfway down.
As long as we get payment, I have no reason to kill you.
Okay, because, I've done a good job. I'm a good person. I don't deserve
It's
this.
debatable.
And, I could probably help you with whatever you're doing. Oh, I could help you if the people would listen to me.
I pick up the sock again.
Nobody left.
Okay.
There's nobody left.
He
What
finishes
happened
one.
to the sister? Do we know what happened to her?
I
yet?
have no idea where she's at.
So, you guys walk down into the basement. You see a large, the basement itself seems to be like a beautiful like game room that he kind of set up for himself.
Mm-hmm.
You see there are snacks everywhere. There's like a projector with like a big screen kind of TV and like a couch sitting there, and it's pretty sweet.
Figure
games.
out like a little bag of popcorn or some shit, just make him happy, just to keep him.
Oh, thank you.
Go
I
ahead.
could only
Go
open
ahead.
it.
Feed him, Jeff.
I just feed him one as we're walking through the basement.
You're like little treats.
So he comes walking over to the vault, and he's like, "Well, here it is."
Is there a keypad on it?
Yes. Yeah.
I want to type in 3567.
So you type in 3567, and the vault. Without delay.
I give you credit for not lying to us when you were back against the wall. I give him another popcorn.
Oh, you see, I can be useful to you. I'm.
All right, hold that thought.
Yeah.
Can I shine a light inside the vault?
So you start putting a light inside of the vault, and you see that though it is not large and luxurious and not full of all the
I'm not
sparkling,
expecting much.
it's not a dragon's hoard, but there does seem to be a table on it, roughly about the size of the table that you guys are sitting on now. Like think like in Payday, the tables that they have in the banks, with piled on it a bunch of like a pile of golden ingots. You go through, you count it, and it seems to be about I'm gonna say probably like 10 golden ingots.
Each?
No.
Oh,
10
total?
golden ingots
Okay.
in like a little pyramid. Now, golden coins are worth about 100. Copper is $1,
Mhm.
silver is about $50, and a gold is $100 basically.
Mm-hmm.
So these are ingots of it. So
What are they, like a couple thousand each?
I have no
Yeah.
idea. I'm thinking it's probably like $100,000 of normal
Per
of us
egg.
money.
you know what? Let's
Something
probably
like that.
say something like that. Yeah, I haven't done the
I know
because
we're
I didn't
throwing it
expect
on
you guys to just kill people. I didn't expect you to go hunting for gold.
So what's that,
but,
like 3.5, 3.5 ingots each?
Yeah.
about, yeah.
Alright, so we'll just mark that down and determine it later.
I'll determine it later. Yeah. I'm sorry.
idea.
I didn't expect you guys to want gold at all. But
I didn't expect
I
to-
should have with you.
I
but-
didn't expect to make a down payment for terrorism either. But, you know,
This
Here-
isn't
but here we
terrorism.
are.
here we are.
So, yeah. So what do you guys want to do next?
So we pretty much cleared the vault. I have no more use for this guy.
Oh,
I'm not. I
That's
don't.
not true. That's not true. That's not. I can carry your weapons for you.
What's your assistant?
That's definitely not gonna happen.
What's your assistant up to?
My assistant? My
What's
assistant
her
was
name?
eaten by
Valerie.
badgers.
Valerie?
Oh, Valerie Hospage. Oh, she's not my assistant. She helps me facilitate.
What is
Where is she?
I don't know. In the chaos of everything, I ran the other way. I pushed her, and then I ran. Those horrible things were after us. I don't know where she went.
Can I put my hand on his face?
Yeah, I'm done with him. So if you
You guys have
guys want him, whatever.
So, you put your hand on his face.
And I want to cast Contagion. And
Oh, what is that?
I want to cast Flesh Rot on him.
What the hell?
So
is
I guess
that?
we're done with it.
The creature's flesh decays. The creature has disadvantage on all charisma checks and vulnerability.
Vulnerability.
Thank you to all damage.
So, do you need to roll anything to cast this?
No.
Like
Okay.
disfigure the
God.
poor
So
guy.
you just
Well,
in
I
the
just-
middle of his
No, he's not a
blubbering.
good guy.
I don't know where she. Oh God, and you just what is it? Uttering words, or is it just a hand thing?
No, it's a touch. My touch.
Oh,
So
good.
you just
disease.
and as you touch, you see
Grandma's
her
calling.
veins sort of like almost like her veins are filling with
Hello?
something.
It doesn't kill him.
I
Just
know.
to let you know. Okay.
Almost like her veins are filling with something and pushing them towards her hands. As you see this like gross kind of greenish black sort of goo that pulse through her veins,
Oh, no.
through her fingertips, out into her fingers, and you see like the same sort of magically transferring into him down the veins of his neck, and you hear him, oh my God, and you see like as she releases her hands, his eyes are like bloodshot, and there's like kind of mucus sort of coming from his eyes and his nose, and he's like, and he vomits, and you see like blood in his vomit as he looks up to you, and you see pieces of his face kind of like sag, and he's like, what did you do to me? What did you do to me? And you can see the wound where his knee was like shot. You see it like and kind of rot and sort
Oh my
of
God.
droop, and he's like, oh my God, and he kind of drops to his knees like, good, and you see like his skin just become blotchy, kind of like leprous and
Oh,
and,
Jesus
yeah, pustules
I want to
and-
just
and,
completely
like
drop
pieces
him.
are kind of slopping. He's like, oh God, oh, and he kind of grabs his arm, and a little bit of skin like, and he's like,
Alex,
Like
just end this.
like cabin fever.
Just end this.
as
Alex.
he's sitting there, and he's like, oh please, I'll give you anything. I'll give you anything. I'll tell you anything you want to know.
I don't think we can undo that.
Can we?
It lasts for 7 days.
Oh, okay.
This lasts for a week.
Oh, you're lucky. It's
I don't
not
know
permanent.
if you want to. He can roll 3 times to try to get rid of it. So it's up to you what you want to do
This
with
is
it.
a combat.
Otherwise, it lasts for
not
7 days.
He's not a hardy
He's not an adventurer.
warrior. He is a silly fat man.
Maybe he'll learn and change from this experience.
He's never gonna look good again.
Okay.
I don't think
he
he
doesn't
ever
really
did.
look good now. Okay. There's just please don't kill me. And you hear the clinking of ice against glass as the old Butler Bunsen comes walking down. He steps into the vault, kind of peeks past your back, Jeff, as you turn to see him. Peeks past you, looks at the mayor, looks at all of you. Your drinks are ready, and hands them out.
Can I give him the half of ingot?
You're gonna give half an ingot to
Yeah.
him. So you take your drink and you put half an ingot on the table, and he goes. So generous. And he looks to the mayor and he goes, so generous. He's like, Bunsen, please. And Bunsen goes, oh, sir, it seems you've come under illness. My goodness, would be a shame if you were to left to rot in this hole, surrounded by your greed. And he walks it back and he's like,
Whoa!
Bunsen! And he's like, oh. As he starts walking back up
This
the
is
stairs.
great.
Alright, well, guess we're done here.
Should we just lock him in the vault with some
I
popcorn?
dropped a bag of popcorn. We might be back for you.
As you
Cask of Amontillado his ass.
We should give the code to Bunsen and then just forget about it. Let
No,
him
it's
let him
safe with
determine.
us. There's no money in there for Bunsen, so
Yeah, I know, but if he decides to let his master out, he can. But if he doesn't, it's up to him.
we'll make the executive decision to keep that choice in our back.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't care. I mean,
No, yeah, I don't. I have
feel
no
like-
more use of him.
I
so.
know it'd probably be easier just to bring him with us, but I feel like if with Valerie and whatever, if he's still important to us.
He's
We can
still
always
a
come back to him.
piece that we could.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Leave him down here.
Okay.
Bunsen, go on vacation.
And
Take the rest of your life off.
You guys exit the mayoral mansion, and head back into town. I assume?
Sure.
God, we've made off good so far. I'm like set right now.
Jeff, was there something you wanted to
No, I was gonna say,
Did you need a...
no, because this was closer to like the slaughterhouse, but Gore's already in town, so it's not like we need to.
Yeah, he's in the town square with Dundle. You are two accomplices, sort of. One is an accomplice, the other one just sort of joined you. So you guys head back to town?
Yeah, I guess we could talk to them.
Yeah.
Tell them about the animal situation.
Okay, so you start making your way back into the courtyard of the town, and I'm gonna say let's just take like a quick 5-minute break,
Yeah.
or bathroom or whatever.
Now I am.
Amanda,
Stop! What is wrong with you people?
we just want to clap. What's the matter?
Okay. Let's continue.
Do you have to time the clap? Is that why?
That's why I'm-
It's alright. The moment's gone.
All right. So, are you ready?
Yeah, no,
born
it's
ready.
been recording.
All right. So,
Before you start a sentence, you have to clap every time.
I'm gonna make it zoom into your face, but 3 frames behind, just so it's annoying buffering lag. Just
If
for
we
you.
just start yelling out timestamps in the middle of playing, is that going to mess things up for you?
Are you trying to be difficult, or is that a serious question?
I'm trying to be
Okay,
difficult.
no, yeah.
yeah, she's a bitch. She's just the worst. All right.
I see myself like 3 times now. It's really tricky.
3
Like right now, it's 5:32 p.m.
So we have until 6 o'clock.
So, you guys ready?
Yeah.
I was born ready.
The mayor screams, echoing in his vault as he rots away for the next 7 days, given if there's even enough oxygen in there.
Let's hope not.
Survived for 7 days. Either way, horrific end. As you guys enter the foyer of the mansion to exit the actual building, Bunsen is there waiting for you with his like old miserly body, his big eyebrows kind of blocking his what?
He brought us drinks.
Yes.
But they were coffee.
He brought you all drinks. You all took your drinks.
It was ice though.
Sure.
Iced coffee, whatever.
He's an asshole. That's and
I
he's
do
sitting there and
want
he
to. I do want to talk to him when he. Okay, go on.
Do we protect this guy?
He's as you guys, rise up. I'm gonna say there's probably bags in there, bags of gold, and he goes, "Will that be all?"
Actually, Mr. Bunsen, there may be a point in time where I have my own mansion, and I would like to hire you to be my assistant.
You can just take this one.
There would be much more gold than that half ingot.
Then I accept. If and when the time comes that you have your own estate and need it looked after, as long as you are not a miserable little fuck like the man you locked in the box downstairs,
And he's still alive.
and you are as generous as you have been today, you may have yourself a deal. We can discuss prices at the time is right.
I bid you farewell.
Farewell, sir.
How old is this guy?
15.
I'm old. No idea.
That's a gamble.
You want to insight check him to see? I don't know how you guess age. You can't guess
No.
age. He's
Hey,
old as
Mr.
shit.
Bunsen, how old are you?
Cut him in half and count the rings.
That's how people work. So,
I'm gonna have a butler one day.
He can look over our evil compound.
My bat cave.
I mean, depending on where we go, if we go from Henlet to, we could just take the mayor's mansion, make it our own.
Yeah, but this town's kind of fucked. Like,
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
yeah,
We kinda
there's
didn't
like
help
bears
it.
and wolves and dire badgers. I'm not feeling this one.
I do say that a bear is just dragging a body across the street, stands up, looks at you all,
I mean, it
and
has
then
its
drags
pros.
it off into the woods.
I do like wildlife. This
common.
might be too much though.
We can rebuild.
I think this is Gore's territory now.
Maybe we'll give him the mayor's mansion.
You gave him 8 hours to do with the town as he will.
Yeah, can we
and-
actually check in with Gore? We haven't
probably
actually
should.
spoken to him yet.
Because I'm afraid he's gonna move territories.
You wanna
once
head
this
back
one's
to,
empty.
Let's get a
Sounds
situational report from Gore. See,
Okay.
like a debriefing, maybe give him some time off.
You guys all want to go to the town
Before he
square back?
loses
Yeah,
it
sure.
completely.
So you all head back to the town
Oh,
square.
this is him contained. This is him.
I
Keep it
imagine
stable.
so.
You all head back to the town square and find Gore and Dundle as they stand again in front of this group of people all huddled by the various dire badgers that are keeping them contained. And at this point, you can see Gore is laughing as he has a bag full of money. And Dundle looks very pissed off as he's like, "You're doing this somehow. Somehow you're controlling these fucking things to sit there and attack the right people, man." He's like, "That's bullshit." And he's like, "Gore not cheat. Gore honest." And he's like, "Yeah, whatever, man. Well, look, I'm tapped out. I'm gonna go have a drink." And Gore's like, "Buy one for me." "Oh, wait. Can't." "Ah!" And just starts laughing to himself. It sounds like a horrific roar as the people are still, huddled. You see there's, maybe 15
I was gonna
less
say,
people than there were before.
How many people are left?
There's only about 50 people left.
Is
in
this all
in
the
this
people in the
entire
town
Yeah,
huddled together?
That's all that's left. You assume.
We
Okay.
Red Dawned them with fucking Gore and honey badgers.
Again,
Fire.
you're making us sound like bad guys.
Yeah.
Misunderstood, guys. So,
Alright, hey
Gore's
Gore.
friends! And he comes over to give you a hug. He is soaked in blood. His
I'll
arms
hug
up to
him.
here, just he's just kind of shaking out because he's like, and puts you down. His massive 9-foot frame towering above you, and he's just standing there with a bag of money and his cleaver, and he's like, "Gorwin coin."
Yeah, you look like you made out pretty good with this, Gore.
Gore, very happy.
I'm sure you made the goddess Draxia very happy as well.
Look! And he has on his belt heads of children
Oh
kind of
my God.
hooked on his belt, and he goes, "Gore make a necklace soon."
Very nice Gore.
And he just roars at the people as they scream.
So,
Gore, is this everybody?
Yes.
You're methodical with this, huh?
it's like he had a plan.
Gore not,
Yeah.
Gore not math.
You got everybody. How far? I guess we could ask Gore, but I guess do we know this? Because I know we had some passing knowledge of Henlet. How far away would like the next city be? The next town?
So the next town.
So I'm just curious if people who are passing by, hearing screams and seeing giant, church fires.
I believe that the next town. I could be wrong. I believe it's about 3 or 4 days travel away
good.
by quick horse. You know what I mean? So
Quick
if someone were to get like an all-terrain vehicle, it would probably only be like 2 days, something like that. And by foot, it would be like a week to get to somewhere, the next city. However, there is a checkpoint that is only maybe about 2 days travel away. That is in the main road.
Mm-hmm.
By foot.
By horse.
Well, I mean, because cars exist, so like a
Oh,
day.
yeah.
By about a day by car, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
So Gore, what are you gonna do after you killed everybody?
I'm going to Disney World.
Gore, wait. See if everyone die. If everyone die, you say. If everyone live, you say. Gore, stay in town. Gore, I live with pets.
And he points to all the dire badgers, kind of.
Do you know anything about the other animals that are coming back into town?
Yes. After towns scream and die, blood and fire, animals arrive. Gore, Gore make friend, and animals like Gore. So, animals stay. I tell animals, watch city, make sure no escape. Make sure protect, no invade, kill all. And so they walk and eat and kill.
It's kind of impressive that they know to stay off of us.
Well, Gore,
Go to tell them, give them scent.
Oh, you have our scent.
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Okay. Good job, Gore.
Yes.
so Gore, you know what you should do?
Go let them sniff you while sleep. Go to take some of your hair. Pretty.
But I don't sleep, so
Go took some of your hair.
when?
After fight, leave it all over. Blood all over, hair all over. Pieces.
God.
Go collect.
Gore having bag! And he has a bag full of shit that was blown off you guys before you got
One catches and a bag blows up, all human dust just...
Gore, you know what you should do? Keep these people alive, allow them to reproduce, to feed your army, and continue to build your animal army. So when we call upon you in the future, there would be even more destruction. You could be the leader of an animal army.
He's not a druid or anything, so...
Feed them babies.
Yeah? You could do that.
Babies like little children.
Little children.
Babies.
Like the ones that made fun of you.
Same.
Same.
Whoa, gonna like. So, people make babies. Feed babies to badgers.
Or wait until the babies become people.
Jesus.
Just keep them in cages. And when they reproduce, you keep the babies in cages. And then they grow up. And then you feed them to the bears and wolves and badgers.
While you're saying this,
People are
the
listening.
people are within earshot, and they're looking at you horrified.
I want to give them a big wink like, I'm helping you guys.
and they're all just trying to avoid your eye contact, not to incur your wrath. They are just trying to survive at this point. And Gore is like,
Oh. Yes. And people help. We build defense. Spikes to keep out invade. I make the people help.
And they can groom your animals.
Yes.
If you didn't kill the barber yet.
Yes.
It's about like a 50-50 chance, maybe less. Okay, Gore, so this is your town. You can build up your army. use these people to help be a king.
Gore King? Yes.
At that point, you hear, hold the fucking phone, and you look over to the tavern, and out comes Dundle with a beer in his hand, and he just kind of takes it away. Oh, there you go. And he's kind of, "You're gonna make this fucking clown the king?"
I mean, look what he's done.
And he looks at Gore. Gore looks at him like he's the king.
Got
And
him.
he goes, "Look, I like Gore as much as the next guy, kind of, but he doesn't know anything.
And you're gonna be the brains.
Then I'm gonna be the king."
With all due respect, this plan came into action without any of your input.
Yes, but you all went to bed. Do you know who kept the people from escaping this town?
The
The
animals.
badgers?
Nope. That was before they showed up. See, I took it upon myself, brilliant man that I am, and once the shit started hitting the fan, I went to the one and only road, right outside of town, that led to the Sigwin checkpoint. If any survivors get to the Sigwin checkpoint, what do you think happens? They radio to the other cities, and you're all fucked.
So what'd you do?
So I went out there,
Mm-hmm.
2 boxes of ammo,
Mhm.
sat my ass in a fucking chair,
Mm-hmm.
and just picked them off as they came running out.
Seeing your handiwork, it's pretty good.
Oh my lord, where's your sister?
Hmm?
Where's your sister?
I like that, my lord. Hey, Gore, call me my lord. And Gore looks at me and goes, "Gore is king!" And he's like, "All right, okay." Woo! Now he's got that in his head now. That's great. So I'm never going to convince him. I appreciate that.
Just give him some mead.
I let my sister live. She's holed up in her mansion. Well, kind of locked up in her mansion. Gore has a dire wolf basically patrolling the house, making sure she doesn't leave.
Should we be concerned at all about her reaching out?
Since you all seem to know what the fuck you were doing, I kind of kept her in there to see what you guys wanted to do. My sister's pretty quick wit. She's smart. She's real good. She was holding this town up, but she's basically a hardcore diehard for all this peace, love, and prosperity shit. So the whole Astride thing, she buys into it. Not as much as the head priest and all that, but you know, as much as all these schlubs. But she's always protected me. Kept me from getting re-educated. Kept me from getting beheaded. Thrown in jail forever. So I figured I owed her not to be eaten by badgers. But you guys are the bosses. I don't fuck with things that are 3 times my size. Hence, if he wants the title of king, I guess he can have it. But as long as I get to call some shots.
You guys should also establish the religion of Draxia amongst your villagers.
Who's that?
Just somebody we're doing this for.
At the mention of Draxia,
Just
And-
somebody.
an elderly woman goes, "No!" And you see her, like, kind of come out from the crowd, and the badger's like, "Ah!" And she's like, "Get away, beast!" And she kind of throws some, like, powder on it. It's like, and it kind of, like, starts shaking its face, trying to get it off. And she comes walking, like, the other badgers start closing in, and Gore looks at you guys, like, kill her, don't kill her?
Fuck it.
Just let her speak.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was
Okay,
gonna
so
say.
he goes, "No," and the badger's like, "Oh," and kind of ground. She goes, "You speak the name of Draxia."
She's the one who's behind all of this.
Oh, no. You can't. Do you have any idea who you're dealing with?
Mildly.
Yeah, I kind of do.
She is the goddess of chaos and destruction and bloodshed.
Sounds accurate.
I'm looking around like, yeah, it sounds like it.
You all know this?
We signed up for
We
it.
did this.
I thought you came in here for power, for money, a blind attempt to attack the kingdom.
Kind of.
Also, yes.
You're willingly working for Draxia, a goddess of chaos and destruction.
That's the one.
Do you know the nature of chaos?
We dabble.
This sounds like a trick question.
You're all doomed. Doomed.
Gore, get him.
You go and get her, and Gore goes, and they all just and just tear her to pieces. No fucking fighting. The people scream as she just doom. They just tear her to pieces, throwing her on the ground, fighting over her body as she's being ripped to
Doom!
pieces. No, at this point she's shrieking in agonizing pain. And Dundle goes, "Oh my god, I never get used to that shit."
Do you know who that was? Was she anybody important?
That was like the fortune teller.
Oh.
She didn't predict that.
Yeah.
She owned the apothecary.
She should have seen that one coming. Got him.
I guess she wasn't very good at her job.
But she's dead now.
But yeah, she owned the apothecary over there, which I think has collapsed. But
Shame.
yeah. Well, fuck
All
her
right.
now, I guess.
Wait, is it collapsed?
Yeah, the apothecary is.
I want to go over there. I want to rummage through her stuff.
Yeah, she gets
What
to
do I
do like
find?
a discount.
All right, you want to go over to
Clearance.
the apothecary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Upon them pointing it out.
you go over to the apothecary, and it seems as though it collapsed due to some sort of like magical explosion. You can tell it's magical because it's not like the smell of black powder or like anything like that in the area.
Vanilla
It's-
cupcakes.
Yeah. A lot of
what
things
magic
were
smells like?
destroyed.
What
Why do you think I
happened
love
while
it?
we were sleeping?
Quite a
The
bit.
town went under siege.
Yeah, but magical? Who's...
She owned an apothecary.
She probably just destroyed it so it didn't get in the hands of
No.
You
others.
do see amongst the rubble
That's a good idea.
a dead dire badger within it. So some sort of trap, perhaps. And you looking for are you looking for anything specific or
Not really.
roll
Just...
investigation? See what you can find.
Natural 12.
Ooh. 14. Because some of my things need, like, gems and shit, so... I don't know. What do I find?
Spells and shit.
Apothecary is more potions and chemicals and things. So you do find a flask of acid.
Creamy.
A lot of things were destroyed in here because the whole place collapsed, and a lot of them are in like glass or like hard glass vials and things. But this flask of acid survived. Which you can
Flask
throw.
of acid.
junk.
What? Yeah, you can
Tapping it,
splash
it's
people
my
with
junk.
that or throw it. It's like kind of like a utility thing. There also seems to be about 3 common potions and 1 superior potion. And 1, I'm going to say, potion of fire breath, which allows you to
Breathe fire.
breathe fire. I think it has 3 charges in it.
How did you know?
I'd have to read up on it again.
I think I gave myself a.
Hernia?
I'm pretty sure it's like big fire too,
Staff,
like, or it's like
I'm not even gonna worry about
potion
that
of
until next
dragon's
round.
breath or
Next
some shit
session.
like that.
Fire breath?
I think so. Yeah, potion of fire breath, fire breathing.
They can't be so vague with their titles.
Well, I can look it up later, give you more specific details. I didn't really prepare this.
I'm adding. That's all.
So, that's what
Okay.
you find. Anything you guys want to do still as the fortune teller is being torn apart?
I'm pretty fucking happy with between the gold, the firearms. I think it was a good trip.
Yeah,
We should
What
probably
else
find
is
out
there
our
to
next
do?
mission. Did she give us the name of the next city?
She did tell you that you needed to go to Stillport, which is the next.
that's
city.
right. Okay.
So
I
it's
said we
down-
load up.
The road that Dundle was talking about is the only road that leads. It's a trail. I mean, there's other ways you can go, but there's like a trail, like an actual, beaten down path that will lead.
You guys want to see if there's some sort of utility, either vehicle or like a wagon we can
Yeah.
take to either
I was just about to say.
drive or to be mobile but still quiet? Because I'm thinking like either a Hummer or like a wagon and horse.
Yeah.
Like,
I say a Hummer. Just pack like a couple weeks worth of food, water, and stock.
really like a SWAT van.
Yeah, pretty much. Like APC.
Or even just a moving truck, just any.
Yeah, any kind of sturdy vehicle that's gonna get us there. Extra gasoline.
Dundle is listening to your conversation as he's likes to do, and he goes, "Oh, you're looking for transportation?
Yeah.
I may have what you need.
Were
All
you-
terrain, so you can get the trail, no problem. If you need to go off trail a little bit, no problem."
Can I ask you, what is your long-term plan here? Are you staying in Henlet?
all the getting's still good. Sure. We'll see. If he starts going nuts and wants to eat everybody, I might split. But if things are going well, I'm thinking we leave some of these people alive. Obviously, slave labor. Make them build shit for us. Make them do shit for us. Whatever. As people approach this town, because this town is the first stop from Sigmund, which is the country next door, people come here first. They come here, unbeknownst to them. Surprise! This town sucks. We take them, new prisoners. So I figure I could get a lot of money from this shit.
So we kind of have a short-term plan in taking care of this. Like, I was, out of metagaming, I'm more like, do you want to trust this guy, or do you want to betray him and say, screw it, let's go?
Well, yeah, I'm not going to betray him, but the fact that we pretty much have a army of animals at our disposal for endgame shit, that's pretty good.
And that's kind of what I'm talking about, though. I feel like he might betray Gore. Or...
Do you care?
I really don't care, like...
Alright, then we can leave it as is, and just... I kind of
feel like Gore
want
would...
things following us, and I feel like leaving this guy alive leads that as a possibility of, like, guards coming.
I don't know, he's done nothing but help. He's sly, but he's done nothing but help us so far.
Sure. That's just how I and my character look at things, but I trust your opinion on that, probably sillily, but I'll trust him for the sake of the group. So yeah, so what kind of vehicles?
Were you discussing this in character?
No, that was kind of an aside.
Okay.
Guys, I'm right here.
Damn, you guys don't even give a shit. So,
what kind of vehicle do you have to offer us?
For free.
For free? Oh, there's a nice wagon outside the school. If Gordon, I crushed that. All right, Gore crushed that. So for free, I got nothing. But wow.
You have like
I saw you
what about
walking
the
the mayor
barracks?
like a pincushion over to his house. I assume you got a little something. Throw me a little something. I give you the Jeep. There you go.
How about this shotgun?
You gonna give me the shotgun? Shotgun's not really my thing. I got my rifle.
What about this AR? That's better than your rifle.
No, it's not.
What does he have, like a lever action?
It's
Was
got,
it
I know-
308?
it's got,
Listen,
like,
I
carvings in
melted
it
the
and
mayor's
stuff.
face. Why don't we just
Right,
take what he has?
Oh, whoa! You did what to his face?
And then we can just find where the car is
yeah,
in town.
You could intimidate him.
So you said, roll intimidation.
Yeah.
What was it?
13.
Oh.
Hold on.
I thought it was 17.
17.
I rolled an 18.
Oh.
So I'm not fucking around. So he looks at you and goes, yeah, I guess you could do that. And he's just standing there. He's like,
You could do that.
you could. Or,
How much you want for the Jeep?
what'd you find in the mayor's?
We found like some gold.
Give me some of that.
We want 0.5? Half an agate?
Got ingots? Who you
Hell
want?
yeah.
Give me an ingot.
Here, give him half of your 0.5.
I need
So
some
now
teeth.
you're solid.
Do I have any?
You
He's
disgust
got
me.
copper teeth.
We're just like, we don't like each other, but we'll appreciate each other.
Do I have stuff?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
all split it. We
split
all had
it.
How much?
3.5 each.
3.5. So one of you give him the 0.5.
Yeah, all of you had 3.5 ingots of gold to your...
I only have 3 because I gave a 0.5 to the.
Jeff, you should melt yours down and just turn it into a mask.
To a mini
I'll
chicken.
do you one better. I pointed the giant chicken. Do you want an
yeah.
assistant? I'm gonna get real weird with this.
What do you mean?
Do you want that as an assistant?
The fuck is a giant chicken gonna do as an assistant for me?
You want a giant walking gold chicken with you at all times.
It's real gold, by the way.
Real gold. It sounds pretty sweet, doesn't it?
Roll persuasion.
Can I help him?
Yes, with advantage.
Does he just
With
get
advantage, roll twice.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Do I have to roll?
okay, so I have
She's helping
plus
you.
7 persuasion anyway, so a 5 was going to be a 12 anyway. 18 plus 25.
He looks at you. Looks at the
Can
chicken.
it talk?
He looks back at you. Looks back at the chicken. Could I ride it?
You can do whatever you want. to it. Oh god!
Excuse me?
I mean, whoa, I don't know what the fuck you're into, man. It looks like he's like,
You
shit.
just hear his faintly.
He's looking at the chicken. He looks over at Gore, and Gore's like, ride the golden chicken. And he's like, I think I'm gonna. Oh, all right. Fuck yeah. If you can make that thing come alive, good to go. You guys are magic, right? You do weird shit. So let's see what you got, man.
I'm gonna cast animate object.
Okay.
So objects come to life at your command. Choose up to 10 non-magical objects. Because of how big it is, it counts as one object because it's huge. Each target animates and becomes a creature under your control until the spell ends or until it gets hit down to 0 health points. So while leaving, he's like, yeah, the chicken's gonna stop. Turn back into a statue.
How long does it last for?
Until it dies or until the spell wears off. But
How long does the spell
let's
last?
see.
15
It
minutes.
should be at the top.
Oh shit, only a minute. Fuck it.
Let's do this quick.
We just need
wait,
the
wait.
location.
I have to perform my magic with the setting of the sun, but I assure you, this magic works. It's pretty powerful stuff. So we'll load up and get our stuff ready, and if you're agreeable with how how our transaction progresses, we'll leave at sundown.
Deception check.
12 plus 21.
Holy shit, that's a lot of deception.
All right. Fair enough, man. Okay. Well then, you guys got everything you need?
I think so.
Yeah.
We don't really.
Where's the
carry-
car?
Let's go pack some
Yeah,
food.
let's pack.
the
Let's
car?
prepare.
We
The
have
car?
To, we have
I'll
to
pull
pack
it around for you. Get everything else you need.
Alright.
Any food, drinks, whatever. You know I'm your man. Go ahead and raid that shit, because I'm sure there's going to be more on
We'll
its
get
way.
a couple weeks of rations and whatnot. And
And just as a heads up, I want to show you guys something. Gore. And Gore turns to me. He's like, Gore, is the road safe from here all the way to Stillport? And Gore goes, yes. And he's like, okay. There's a checkpoint on the road called the Sigwin Border Checkpoint. It's going to be full of probably about 30 soldiers, right? They come and go. There's usually always a messenger that'll come back and forth from Henlet there because we don't have radios. So, just so you know, that might be an obstacle in your way.
we'll probably be able to pass under the guise of the checkpointing soldiers at first.
Yeah, I'm sure they won't care about the 5 zombies in the back of the car.
We'll keep it hidden, and we'll go loud if we have to.
Yeah, just put some makeup on them.
They're skeletons. They're skeletons.
A lot of makeup.
A lot of makeup.
Oh wait, I got illusion shit. Yeah, whatever.
Alright.
Put a bunch of
That's to you,
Well,
not
boss.
to him.
a bunch
Oh.
of chicken in the backseat. We'll cast the illusion shit.
Do you have like polymorph or whatever?
I have charm person, minor illusion,
Change them all.
mold earth,
We'll be fine.
disguise myself. I can be one of the zombies.
You can say we're transporting prisoners.
I do. But yeah, I mean, let's get out of Hamlet first.
Yeah.
Gore? What's Dundle? Is that his name?
Dundle, yep. Up.
Didn't expect to find such help in our brief stay here in Henlet, but we appreciate it. I'm sure the goddess does as well.
Wow. I appreciate you fucking these self-righteous assholes up. It's been
I wish you continued
Been a long time
success. And now, I want to
Break his neck?
No. Oh no! Animated chicken!
I want to put my thumbs in his eyes. So you cast animate object.
Well, like, we're ready to go, right? Like,
Yeah, we're all in the car.
Yeah, he pulls the car around. That's so you
Oh, I
guys
see everything.
so you guys collected all your stuff.
Yeah, I got
we
my
have a couple
guns,
weeks of rations and
my
shit.
rations, my water.
Okay, so as you guys
Alex, turn on Highway Star.
you got all your shit. He pulls the car around. You guys get in your car and you lean out the who's driving?
I'll drive.
All right. So you lean out the passenger side window and you're like, all right. Animate the chicken and it. And he's like, that is fucking awesome.
Alex hit it.
Oh,
I'm
and
gonna
he starts
floor
heading
it.
over to you, and Gore's waving goodbye to you as the people are all still surrounded. And he then turns to
Oh,
them and
this doesn't
starts
end
screaming
horribly.
at them. and they start doing stuff. So you guys start heading out of the town of Henlet. So as you guys start making your way down the road,
I'm gonna be disappointed in about 40 seconds.
it's actually a relatively peaceful drive. Like a lot of other countries, when you start hitting the trails and start leaving the towns, it gets very violent. It gets very volatile. It gets very dangerous. Wildlife is horrible. There's usually bandits, and most other countries across the
It's
entire
like all
world.
the animals aren't here anymore.
they're all quite busy. No, but it's pretty peaceful. Oh, by the way, as you reach the edge of the town, I'm sorry that I forgot about this. As you go to leave, you see the car as you're driving. It starts like bumping. You're like, the fuck? And you kind of slow down. As you peek out the window, you see there are bodies
Oh my
near the
God.
front of the town, like where the road that leads to Stillport is. And you see, true to his word, there's a chair, like a little lawn chair, and some like leftover boxes. There's like sandwiches, like he was just sitting there gunning
Like a
people
picnic.
down.
With,
For him, yeah, and you just see shell casings everywhere, and just lots of bodies. There's got to be at
almost
least
feel
30
bad
dead
for
people.
conning him, but
I don't.
almost.
Peel shit off, man. He's a good archer, sniper. Whatever. So you guys are like, all right, whatever. Start bumping over the bodies as you make your way down, and yeah. So like I said, the road is relatively peaceful.
After the bodies.
Yep. Yeah, after those bodies. And, yeah, so as you drive it's about half a day, I'm going to say, a couple hours that you're driving. And you come across a carriage and horses going the other way, going towards Henlet. And like an old little halfling man driving it.
You want to slow down
with
now?
like a little
yeah, I'm gonna slow down and park my car horizontally.
Oh no!
See you and like park in front of him, and he whoa, like pulls in the horses, and he's kind of looks in a sort of state of confusion, and he has like a big wagon, sort of
I want to get out the car
covered wagon.
and holler at him. State your business.
Oh well, good evening, sir. And he takes off his hat, and he's like, "Well, I'm just heading over to Henlet, coming from Stillport, delivering some fish."
You trying to
Some
smuggle some drugs into Henlet?
No, sir. I have my papers right here, and he starts.
I'm gonna walk up to him, and wait, like pretty much demand the papers.
Okay, so he takes out his paperwork, and
Whole time I want to cast illusion to look exactly like him and just be staring from inside the car.
wait, you look exactly like
No, like the driver.
you look just like. So is he? He goes.
I'm
to
just
hand you the
giving him
papers.
a complex, just staring at him from the car.
Can I grab him from the driver's seat and slam him to the ground?
Oh, so
He's very
you
confused.
catch him by surprise. Roll strength to see how man he's a little halfling.
21.
As you boom, as he just into the dirt, his breath kind of.
I want to pull his arm behind his back and start zip tying him.
I don't understand what's going on. And you hear from the wagon kind of shakes a little bit, and through the tarps peeks a halfling woman,
Oh.
and she's like, "Honey, what the heck is going on out here?" And she comes down with like her little dress, and then she's like, "What's
I'm gonna
going
pull
on?
out my
Please
gun and
stop
tell her
it."
to get on the floor.
Oh God, please no.
I'm gonna tie her up.
And he's like, "Please don't hurt my wife. What's going on? What have I done wrong?"
Stop talking. Where's the radio?
What?
Where's the radio?
We don't have a radio. We're just travelers.
What is happening?
I want to copy Jeff, and I want to look just like her.
Oh God.
They both can see. She's like,
What is happening?
"What's happening, honey?" And he goes, "Don't, it's all right, baby. It's all right." She's like, "I don't understand." And you hear from the guy, "Mommy!"
Oh my God.
Two little
It's
children start
Alex's
popping
turn.
out and like, these two awful little kids come over and like, "Mom, what are you doing?" And she's like, "Shut up!" And they just start arguing with their mother.
I'm gonna go check the back of the carriage.
So you just go past the children, and you go, "Are you guys still sitting in the car just glaring at these people dressed just like them? Or looking just like them?" And the children, the mother's like, "Please, honey, stay down. Like, what's going on, man? What's going on?" And one of the children looks over and sees both of you and looks back at both of his parents, looks at both of you, and you seem like just horrified. You open it up, and you can see, just as they said, there's lots of, like, kind of, like coolers full of, I guess it would be fish
You know, things like that, like ice boxes that are meant to like keep them cool.
I'm gonna throw them in the back of the truck. In the back of the
Jeep?
no, not our truck. Their wagon.
That is what's in the back of their wagon.
Yeah,
You
I
said
want
you
to throw them in their wagon.
Oh, okay. So you throw them all tied up in the back of their wagon.
And I want
with
to
two children
slap the horse on the ass so it shoots like back into town.
To
so
Henlet?
the children hop
Should I?
back on.
Should
I mean, if they go to Henlet all tied up, then
more people, right? And
Yeah.
children. All right,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm gonna.
To feed the badgers.
we should write a note.
Holy shit.
This is for the
For
chicken.
more. For
No,
more of
yeah.
his babies.
No, this is for the chicken.
Yes. For payment for giant chicken.
Ruse. Yeah.
Oh, like, sorry for the chickens.
Yeah.
Gotcha, bud.
Here's
We
some
need
more
the
people.
car.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna write that. Slap the horse into Hamlet Land.
Okay. So this poor halfling family careens down the trail. The horses pretty much know what trail to follow. They just keep going.
Thank God for
And
small
you
miracles.
watch as you hear like
Was that a size
screaming
joke?
from children,
They're halflings.
Oh, that's kind of rude then.
and as they careen down towards their unfortunate,
Imprisonment.
yeah, you
Wrong place, wrong time.
yeah, you notice that there's not much else going on.
All right, let's get back in the car. And not ever
Carry
talk.
on.
Let's not ever talk about what just
Let's
happened.
never address that. We'll never speak of that again.
So, you guys want to keep going down the road?
Yeah.
So it's getting to be
I wanna
nightfall.
Turn back from turn my normal form again.
It's getting to be nightfall. You guys are should be pretty soon. Actually, I'm gonna say it's gonna be nightfall because you spent like a couple hours in Henlet doing stuff. So it's only been about a half a day, and now it's getting to be dark. So you probably need to camp out and sleep at some point. Did you want to stop the car? Or did you want to just drive through the night?
We could take shifts.
How do you feel?
yeah, I'm fine with that.
I'm pretty freaking tired, to be honest. I can go in the trunk.
You don't sleep.
No, I don't.
Oh.
sleep.
Oh,
I still need to
Rest
rest
though.
though.
We'll switch off. I'm okay right now, so I'll drive a bit, and then we can switch off.
I'm gonna go hop in the trunk and like sleep if they
Next
got
to
like,
the zombies.
blankets or something.
okay.
Yeah, what is this gonna count as? Like, as we switch off, is that a long rest, or how
I would
are
say
we resting?
short.
Yeah, well, you still got a couple hours. It's only been a half a day. You have a whole another half a day till you get to the Sigmund border
Probably
checkpoint.
garbage is fine
So it's probably a full rest actually.
Okay.
for all of us.
So you get everything back. So
Can I
yeah.
Do you believe in God?
because I have
I
to
believe in
keep
God.
casting this to keep my people,
Your immersion, huh?
so I want to do that again.
Okay, no
after the
problem.
rest.
No problem. The
Otherwise
zombies are all
I'll lose
sitting
them.
in like the back seat.
Cuddled
just-
up with Alex.
Do you just want to lay on the zombies' laps?
Yeah, that's
Oh.
fine.
So you're
Covered
sitting
in
there.
enough blood and gore.
The children just
How do I do a rest
drooling
on
as you're like, ugh. And you just sleep on one of the laps of the ghouls and fall asleep
Okay.
peacefully. And so through the watches, nothing particularly interesting. And by the end of your long rest, it is now morning. You drove through the night, taking shifts until you reached the Sigmund border checkpoint. You see ahead of you large walls, stone walls. Let me guess. So large stone walls and a large one looks to be like a drawbridge. But it is up or down. I mean, like allowing people to come in as it is morning. So you can come in as you please. It's meant for travelers. Let me get the description out for you. I didn't have it ready.
Wait, this is the checkpoint we're coming up to?
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, it would have been about 3 days travel by like horse, but 2 days, whatever. Make it a day by car, it's fine. So yeah, you reach the town, large stone walls, open drawbridge. Do you guys just enter? There's 2 guards standing outside of the drawbridge.
Do we want to cover up our partners, or is our help for this?
The assistants.
Yeah.
Let's see what I can do. I be able to use like, because I have spells for illusion that let me like make things. Would I be able to cast that to make it look like the back seat's empty or whatever?
You have a magic to do what with?
Like I can create images and stuff. Like I can create illusions.
Mhm.
Can I make that? Use that to make the illusion that the back seat is empty of all the undead? Like basically project the image of the empty back seat.
Or you could just make it look like a bunch of objects, like camping gear and shit.
Or that.
What do you have? Minor illusion?
If you didn't
I have
want.
minor and then I have major.
The only problem is that they move. Like, they just sort of ambiently move
Yeah.
around and look around because they're sentient. Well, they're not, but, you know, they're, whatever, animated. So that might break the illusion. Is this a type where you can change what a person looks like?
No.
This is just minor illusion?
No, this is it's called major image. You create an image of an object, creature, or some other visible phenomenon that is no longer larger than a 20-foot cube. The image appears at a spot that you can see within range. It seems completely real, including sound, smells, and temperature.
Okay.
Smells.
You know what? Yeah, if you just make it like a normal back seat of a Jeep.
Right,
and
yeah,
just,
that's right.
leave them in there.
Make it smell like dirty
But
gym
if they
socks.
exit, then they're gonna be out. It's not on them. It's just on like the back seat
Yeah.
area.
Yeah, with
Which,
them
or
in the
probably
car.
the whole car, really, because it's a 20-foot
Yeah.
cube.
No
So it's
bigger,
Probably
yeah.
the entire car, yeah, but not too big. But yeah, sure.
Do you think that would be sufficient? Okay.
We also take care of any of the smells too, because
Yes.
you can make the smells around them. So
Yeah.
if anything, the smells would drift off, and someone would be like, "Something died in the woods," but it's not near. They can't tell that it's coming from your Jeep. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, sure. You know what? Go ahead.
Alex looks
Okay.
like you're dying.
I will let you know it's an illusion, so it even says in the spell that physical interaction will reveal it to be an illusion.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Make
Then I'll
myself
do it.
like that.
So you cast the illusion, and you see the. Where are you sitting?
I'm drunk right now.
Oh, you're in the trunk?
Yeah.
All right.
I was lying on the zombie's lap, the ghoul's
So,
lap.
well, they're in the back seat. I thought you were just in the back seat.
Oh, I was in the trunk. I was in the trunk.
All right. So you're chilling in the trunk. So the shimmering image kind of like, and the zombies completely disappear. All the undead disappears, and you just see a nice clean back seat, not stained with the juices of undead, and instead a normal back seat of a Jeep.
Here we
The
go.
smell actually has gotten much better. It's just
So,
gone.
Thank God.
Drive on up.
So you start driving in. You see the guards, hold you. And
I
they
gun it. No.
And you see,
What's their situation? Do they have cars and stuff? As
well,
we're
you're
pulling up?
just right in the beginning of
Okay.
the thing.
And
It's
we
just
don't
two
know.
guards on
Is
foot.
this still port? I'm sorry. Or is this the checkpoint?
No, this is the
Checkpoint.
Sigmund
Gotcha.
border checkpoint, and this is the in-between between
Mhm.
Henlet
I
and
remember
Stillport.
now. Yeah.
So as you approach, you see one of the guards.
It's like the border, pretty much.
He has a shotgun. This one. The other one just has a shield and a sword, and they're both in like chainmail, like normal, like the guards that you faced over there. And they approach, and one of them is like, "Boy, where you headed then?"
Still port.
Stillport, is it? All right. Coming from Henlet.
That's right.
And how is that town?
Beautiful. Great sandwiches.
Oh, isn't it? Isn't it just? All right. And are you bringing anything with you?
Just the two of us.
Just two of you then? All right. Very good. Very good. And he kind of like eyes you guys up. Did you disguise yourselves to look as anything? Like anything?
No.
No? Okay. So he's like, don't all forget a Drow and a Tiefling in,
Oh, so he's one of those.
in these parts.
We're converts from the Church of Astride.
Converts, are you? Is that true?
Mm.
Have you sat through any of the seminars?
Few of
Yes.
them.
Yes?
Yes,
You
they
have.
were lovely.
Oh, really?
Yeah, have you?
Of course. Of course. And he points to the symbol on the cloth that
I
goes over his
forget
chest.
what
Oh.
the priest would always say. I forget what he... Keep going.
Yes, of course, of course. Well, always good to see new converts,
Mm.
yeah. Alright, well, come on in. We're just going to have to... we got a tavern here for you if you'd like to stay. A store for you to resupply. There's the administrative building. If you got any complaints, if you see anything on the road that troubled you.
No, it was a pretty easy ride.
Alright. Yeah, Henlet's a beautiful town, huh?
Beautiful.
Yeah, good. We're gonna have some people heading that way just to keep an eye on it.
Okay.
Yeah, messengers to and from there.
Very good.
Is there anything you want us to let any of the townsfolk know? Anybody you met there you want us to carry a message?
Praise Astride.
Isn't that right?
Yeah, read that right.
Well, come on in. You're gonna go through a quick inspection, and everything's gonna be all right. Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Just pull on next to the barracks over there on the right.
Okay.
All right.
Oh,
See you
God.
folks. And he pats the cars. You're like, and you start pulling in.
Am I awake right now?
Yeah, you.
Okay.
And you start hearing.
Alex, we only told them there's 2 of us.
The fuck you do that for?
Because there's 10 of us in the backseat.
And they didn't see it?
Just stay low.
Our
Yeah.
heavily armored friend Gary is sleeping in the trunk right now.
Ignore the zombies.
This is the Sigmund border checkpoint. You entered through here, this entrance. So he said pull around to the first barracks on your right for a quick inspection.
Can we see all the way here
Yes.
from where we are? Is the gate open, closed? What's going on?
The gate is also open.
Okay.
Now, while you enter here, what
Yeah, no, I think we're gonna have to gun it at some point.
you two notice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buildings. This is like a big tavern, inn, and store. 2 barracks, administrative building. There's some soldiers and stuff walking around, and a huge radio tower. You did not see this in Henlet.
Was it masked?
What?
Is it masked or
No,
like,
no.
Oh, okay.
You didn't see
Henlet
one of those.
didn't have one.
Henlet didn't have one. So what Dundle was telling you guys is that this checkpoint is supposed to be basically an information in between Henlet and Stillport, because Henlet doesn't have radios. This place does. And the way communication works in my world is that there's radios, there's TVs, there's things like that, there's phones. And usually when countries are interconnected like this and they have radio towers, the radio towers will send out the signal and the other cities can receive them. So essentially, now I tell you this because this is common knowledge for this world. It's not like I'm telling you shit that you wouldn't know. Essentially, if anything goes wrong here, this checkpoint
will know.
can warn Stillport exactly of exactly what's happening. And you see you can see the radio tower there. It's connected to like its own shack and stuff. So
I could try to sneak out the truck and sabotage the radio systems.
Let me try to talk us out of it first.
Yeah, let's try
now
that.
you asked if they have vehicles.
Yeah. What do
The
we
answer
see?
was yes. As you pull in, you can see that I'm going to say probably over here in these areas, they do have their own cars similar to yours, like an all-terrain vehicles that are meant to go. There's also a couple of different horses and things like that. There's also some other people like horse and buggies and carriages and shit that are parked in here that aren't the soldiers and are for people who are most likely staying in the inn or in the tavern. It's a nice little place to like pick up equipment and stuff.
It's like a truck stop.
Kind of, yes, kind of. That's
Only
a very
nice.
good. That's an excellent. I didn't
And
think about
mandatory.
that. Sort of like a rest stop, yeah. What?
I said only mandatory.
Only mandatory, yep, and full of soldiers. Oh, I said about 30 of them are here. It's about 30 soldiers here.
All right. So, are we going to the checkpoint?
Yeah, you want to try? We'll
Ish.
try to get through.
Drive us up.
Okay, so you pull up and around and see a guy coming up. Way up! And he kind of pulls on his belt, heavier set guard. And he's like, "How y'all doing today?"
Hold on,
Pretty
hold on.
good.
That's excellent, excellent. Would you mind stepping out of the vehicle for me?
So,
I want him to kill himself.
I'm gonna cast Friends on him,
Ooh.
which means that for the duration, for this 1 minute, I have advantage on all charisma checks.
What is the
That's pretty
DC
cool.
for that?
I guess it is
What
gonna
does he
be
have to roll?
my thing. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever play a magic character with all these spells and shit to memorize.
It's a lot to remember, yeah. Is this the one where if it fails, he is hostile to you?
It's well, I don't think he can roll against it. I think when it ends, then
I
he's
thought it's
gonna.
a wisdom thing.
No, so he's not going to roll against it. It's
Oh.
just when the spell ends, the creature realizes that magic was used.
That's charmed. That's what I have.
Okay. So, you're going to use cast friends on him, making him friendly to you.
Yep.
Thank
Okay,
God.
but
So-
that doesn't mean that he listens to your commands. That's
She rolls with
I'm not
advantage to
trying.
charisma checks.
Yeah, my charisma.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I
yeah,
like that.
I'm going to try to talk us out and get through as fast as
So-
possible.
So
That's
you
the
lean
goal.
over and cast the spell, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you need to do anything for that?
One.
So it says that a small amount of makeup is applied to the face, so I guess I'm putting on makeup.
So you
and-
just
Oh
pull
my
lipstick
God,
while
that's
he's like,
awesome.
come
Yeah.
on, Hobbit, that's fucking amazing. And you turn to him and he's like,
Hello.
well, hello there.
Hey there. So we are from, we just came from Henlet. We are bringing the great word of Astride to, where's the other place? Stillport?
Stillport.
To Stillport. We are on our
That
way
wasn't
there.
in character.
The guard told
You're
us
bringing the word of Astride to Stillport?
we are spreading the word.
Word's already spread. Are you working for a church or something? We all praise Astride already.
Even in Stillport. We're new. We are new.
Oh, you're not from the country.
No.
That would explain your lacking knowledge of that. Yes, this entire kingdom, this entire kingdom was built on the love of Astride.
I'm just standing there like,
I hate
as this is happening in front of me.
Guys, we're running low on time.
I know. We
your wife is beautiful, sir.
She is.
we were told to just stop over real quick, just to let you know that we were told to just keep going. So just to keep on going to Stillport.
And who told you this?
Astride. No, keep going.
The guard at the front.
Persuasion. That's gonna be pretty high.
No,
persuasion.
I get advantage on my charisma check.
I know you
so
do. That's still.
Let's
gonna
just
be-
hope it's a
I hope you
20.
roll high.
Don't worry, it's a +8.
One.
Okay.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
You get advantage.
He did say that, sir.
You stop it.
4 plus 8,
Yeah.
so
12.
12.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he goes, huh. Well, that's interesting. That's not our usual protocol. Who'd you speak to?
The guard at the front.
The guard at the front?
Yeah, did you want to go check?
So Gary you spoke to? You
I-
know what?
Go, we'll wait here. Go.
Yeah, step
go.
out of the vehicle for me, and let's go have a talk to him. And we'll see what's up.
Alright.
Yeah. You guys mind coming on out of the vehicle? And you see there are several other soldiers kind of around. There are, now that you guys sort of parked in the area, there is another car directly in front of you and soldiers kind of milling about. So,
Okay.
might step out of the vehicle and maybe we'll go have a talk with Gare Bear over there?
Yeah. I just roll up the window. Yeah. I'm gonna lock the car. Oh no! As I'm getting out, I'm
Oh,
saying
you're
like,
like, by the way, you're saying lock the car.
I'm
buckle
safe
my
in here.
seatbelt and
I mean,
hold on, Alex. What's going on?
I'm still down for that one.
Fuck, wait, did we get out of the
What
car?
are we doing? Are we getting out?
Did we...
Guys,
Alright.
what's going on?
Before we get out of the car, before we do anything, can I
Yes.
cast Major Image, which is gonna cancel what's in the back, but I want to make a fucking dragon in the air, just roaring and like flying through. Can I do that?
Can you make a dragon in the air?
Yes.
You can cast a spell again.
Well, it's gonna cancel the thing in the back, but
Okay, but it's all one spell
Yes.
essentially. Or,
God.
Okay, you don't have to cast.
As
it
we're
again?
driving off, they're gonna just
no,
you
I'm
get, like, two
corpses.
spells.
I'm gonna I get 3.
Oh, nice, because
Yes.
you leveled up,
Yeah.
It's in a 20-foot cube,
That's fine, just in the area.
so 20 feet up. You
Sure.
can make a dragon. It's not that far up. Is it?
It's like above the house.
It crawls up over, I don't know, something. You know what I mean? It crawls
Okay.
up
crawls
over
Use your
over like the radio
imagination.
tower
the house,
or
and
something.
it's breathing fire. They can feel the heat. They hear it roaring. You know what I
Okay, So
mean?
you're gonna make like a small dragon up in there. All right.
To get their attention.
Okay.
And
So
I want to simultaneously make a thunderclap that hits 100 feet away to like announce its presence, so that everyone's looking at this fucking dragon.
Shatter all the
thunderclap.
windows.
Okay, so you're gonna cast thunderclap.
And you are going to create the dragon up top. All right. So I want you, Jeff. I want you to roll for damage.
Okay. Oh no.
End up killing everybody.
Read Thunderclap for me again. Read the spell.
Create a burst of thunderous sound that can be heard up to 100 feet away. Each creature must succeed in a Constitution throw or take 1d. No, it's a couple d6. 3d6 thunder damage.
Okay. So you're gonna go ahead and do that. I need
13.
Amanda and Alex to make saving rolls.
For what?
Constitution. And how high do they need to roll?
I have a 19.
15.
Okay. I don't know what is this. What do I
add? Your
add?
Constitution modifier to it. You most likely did not.
Oh, I
As a
didn't.
save,
Yes.
right? Okay.
I didn't roll when we,
No, I got
we
a
clapped
4.
the mayor last time.
Oh, you didn't. That's all right. Well, this is more.
Yeah.
That was more of like a haha moment. This is
Yeah.
more of like an actual
Yeah.
tactical thing.
4.
So, what'd you get?
4.
4. Okay.
Oh no, I hurt my wife.
That's fine.
My demon wife.
As
So
long as we
you-
get out of here.
You're like, okay, sure. I'll hop out of the car. And
Rolling up the windows.
as you go
I am.
roll up the
Yeah.
windows, they're suddenly like, what? And you see the zombies in the back seat, and he's like, what the fuck? And you hear above you as a dragon just like kind of sitting there flapping its wings, kind of small because it's only a 20-foot cube, so you made it like, you know, be able to fit in there. That's still big. It's
Yeah,
not like a 15-foot wingspan, you know what I mean? It's a big creature. As it's like breathing fire, and people are like, a dragon, and like shooting
For
at
it.
like
For it.
firing arrows. You cast boom Thunderwave. So you cast Thunderwave inside of a jeep.
Yeah, I
Thunderclap,
knew this
it's a
was
sound.
coming.
Thunderclap inside of a jeep, right? Which is a concussive force that hurts everybody, right? With the
Well, do you direct
noise.
it?
It's thunder damage, right? No, he doesn't. It's like a area of effect, I believe.
It's a sound though.
So all of the I know, but it's intense enough to hurt people. So it all the windows of the
saw that
jeep just
coming.
explode out. Amanda's sitting there.
Look what I did.
Astride's sitting there like I got this, boys. Like creates a dragon and it's like and looks over to you just as you. And before she can be like, stop! You just wham, and it just and her head slams into the side of the car, not the glass because it went, but like the actual door, like go as the windows explode out. I'm gonna say 2 of your tires just boom, like
God damn it.
explode. So the car can still move, but not well.
I'm trying to gun it.
And as you're like, you slam into the car in front of you in the confusion, pinning one of the soldiers in between, and as he's just on your hood, and he's like, you're like in reverse, you back up the fat guard who's pulling out his like sidearm to fire at the thing. You slam into him, kind of backing him up. You start rolling as you start making your way from here, backing up, boom. And you start driving this way, you see that they're already raising the walls.
Oh no!
Because
It's like a drawbridge though.
it's under siege.
Floor it.
Essentially,
Alex is
so
in the trunk. He has no seatbelt.
And down there we have no windows.
Alex,
I want to just
first of all, Alex came this
Which 2
horrible
tires?
thundering noise, which was like, oh
my ears are
God.
just ringing. I can't hear anything. Right
You
now.
feel 2 of the tires pop. You're like, so you know. Actually, did you want to do anything? Because you have
Yes.
no idea. The windows exploded, so it sounds like either
Did I
gun.
take
It sounds like an
damage?
explosion to you, actually.
Thank
Um,
you.
Yeah, oh yeah, you took damage.
How much?
How much damage did you roll?
Well, I rolled for 13.
13 damage. Go
Um,
on.
So the
You failed
draw.
your Constitution saving.
There's no way of driving off the drawbridge.
Well, I'm
You
trying
have
to.
no idea what's going
I'm trying
on.
to gut
You
it
don't know
right
what there
now.
is a drawbridge.
I
You don't know what's happening. All you know is that you're under attack.
want to jump out the back seat of the back trunk, see the dragon, and pull out my sidearm and start shooting it at it.
Okay, so Alex, you pop open, like pop the shit with your knife.
No, I think through
Hop
the
out.
window, the broken window.
Well, you're in a trunk,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, I pictured like
I'm thinking
glass
we're in, like, a
trunk.
Jeep.
And, yeah, it
Oh,
it
like
doesn't
one of
matter.
Yeah, sure.
However
Let's just
it
say
goes.
the whole back like plasticky part
Yeah.
is just eviscerated by the thing. And you see a dragon, you see a guard get run over, and you're like, what the fuck? So you hop out and you and start firing. The bullets just go through. This must be some sort of phantom dragon.
Goddamn match!
And you see
I wanna take
the
out-
jeep hauls ass away from you,
Oh, Alex!
heading on its own towards the exit of the
Checkpoint.
check-
I want
Yes,
to start.
thank
I want to start running.
From here, you start shit. As you start running through, there are guards fucking shooting over there. One of them kind of looks at one of them who seems to have saw what just transpired, looks to you and pulls out a sword.
I'm gonna
and
say
is like,
dragon.
So you go dragon,
Yeah.
and he comes to you and is like, "Stare, halt!" And he goes to just swing the sword because he's scared.
Can I retention fire his face?
Jesus.
Yes, roll. Roll the hit.
Oh my god.
16 plus 13.
So you and he just in his like stomach, kind of in his chest, and right through like his nose and out the back
Oh,
of
the
his head.
cranial vault.
He just and he just hits the ground. There's so much chaos right now that it's kind of overlooked.
I just want to keep
You're
running.
just like bang, and you just keep running. Like people are coming out of the tavern, like and there's other adventurers kind of shooting like arrows at it or whatever, and it's just as like everything is flying at this dragon. Is that a concentration spell?
I don't think so. No.
No. So that just stays
It
there
just
for a
lasts for
minute.
10 minutes.
Oh
you
my
can't
God.
kill me.
He hasn't really done anything though. He's kind of
He's
just floating
just hanging
there.
out.
So
Roar.
as you guys head forward,
No one's died except for that guy. He's not even near the dragon.
The dragon has a gun?
He's looked like bullet wounds.
all for after the fact. All for after the fact. You can
About 9 minutes in.
You can see one of the guards as you guys are driving. One of the guards is hauling ass for the radio tower booth to try to, I guess,
Sound
run.
the alarm.
He's like, we have to sound the alarm. We have to warn Stillport. We have to warn Henlet. There's a dragon, and he's running, and he's in front of you. You can either keep going straight.
He's in front of
through
me?
it- Kind of. You're gonna have to veer off a little bit to hit him and stop him, or you can keep
I'm
going
gonna
straight for
glance
that
at
drawbridge.
Astrid.
I don't. The dragon's
how
gonna
high,
disappear.
How big is that? How high up is the drawbridge? Like what? Like angle?
Percentage.
Percentage.
50-50, you're gonna make it.
Oh god.
50-50 if you're gonna make it or
Odds
not.
if I clip the guy.
What?
Odds if I go to clip the guy.
70-30.
Yeah, 70-30.
Fuck it, we gotta clip the guy.
You should actually roll a D whatever 100 whatever this shit is.
And see if
yeah
they get
see
it.
if they make the odds.
That's a good idea. I was actually sitting here thinking, like, what's the best way to do this? Okay, so as you're driving, you're like, and you kind of steer it. He's like,
Oh,
we gotta
Blair the
warn.
horde.
As he's like, we have to warn. And you see a dragon. He's running. Alex is like, what the fuck? Not knowing what to do. This man is like, I'll never see my kids again. And like he's there 1 minute and he's gone the next.
So,
For a second he could swear he heard highway start. Go on.
as long as I'm in range of the illusion, I can use my action to move it. So can I have it come up off the roof and start chasing the car? Breathing fire?
You want gunfire to be...
Yes, sure.
Okay.
So as you start driving the Alex, you're chasing after the car, and suddenly the dragon who's flying there goes boom. And
I want to take out the AR and just...
Yeah.
and starts hauling ass. You're like, "Da, da, 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 da," and it's breathing fire. You're like, "Ah," and you kind of get ready
It
to
just
be
feels
devoured by fire, and you feel the heat. You can smell like burning, and you can hear the intensity of the roar. And as it goes over you, you're fine. And you're like, oh. And as you see it keep chasing the Jeep as it's driving this way. And you guys are continuing towards the drawbridge?
Yeah.
Okay.
They should roll, and they have to get 1, 2, or 3 to make it.
The higher ones.
Huh?
The
This
higher
one?
ones.
Oh, out of the 70-30, I'm saying if
Yeah.
it's a 70-30, they should
If they
roll.
get-
if they
if
get 1,
they
2,
get-
or 3, they make
Well,
it.
they get between 70 and 100, right?
Okay,
Or
yeah.
30 and 1.
Yeah, whatever.
That's what I was
Yeah.
doing. Okay. So, as you guys start hauling ass towards it, you hit this guy. He's on the Jeep. You can,
Windshield wipers!
Oh, there's no windshield.
My
wiper.
children!
It's just the wipers! As one of the tires snags his footing the Jeep. As you're sitting there, you're watching.
Holy shit!
God! As it heads
And I
towards-
feel the spray of him.
and you're seeing it, and by the look of it, you can make it. You can make it. You keep hauling ass. You keep hauling ass. You can make it. You can make it. You look in the rearview mirror and you see Alex running after you, like, what the fuck? But you're also scumbag eagle people.
He'll know what to do. He's a mercenary.
Done. You start hauling ass, and you misjudged.
Yes.
You go like up it a little bit as it. I rolled a 20 essentially. So it as you smash into the fucking. Actually, you know what? Fuck that. Roll dexterity to see if you can save not crashing into the thing. That's a thing that you could probably do.
Hey, wait.
You got a spell for that, sorcerer.
Can I
I'm out.
blast a gust?
I thought it would
can,
be-
can I use a gust of wind to boost us
Oh my
over the
god.
wall?
To boost you over the wall.
Read the spell. Or is it
I'm
just...
seeing if it's powerful enough. No, it's a medium target. I think the car would be too big. Or
Can I spit gasoline into the engine?
I love that movie.
I know.
That's
It's
such
awesome.
a good movie.
can I?
This would have been better if I was on the hood right now spitting gasoline into the engine.
No, you didn't know what was going on.
No, I had no idea what was... Dragon!
Can I
She didn't explain it to me.
my 5th level telekinesis spell to push an object up to 1,000 pounds, 30 in any direction, move it 30 feet in any direction.
Holy
Sure.
shit.
So I'm like, oh fuck, we're gonna hit the wall.
And you do it. Is there anything you need to roll for
Can
that?
you move the wall?
No,
Oh, yeah,
it's an
actually, that
action.
would be-
There's no cast. You gain the ability to blah blah blah. Cast a spell. Exert your affect the same target. No, it's object. You can try to move an object that weighs up to 1,000 pounds. So I guess there's gonna be.
It's about a Jeep, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see what you would.
All right,
Roll against.
clever.
Jesus.
We're about
Okay.
to run into a fucking wall.
So as it's like, you're like, fuck it, boom, and suddenly you're like, oh my god, as you're trying to concentrate on this dragon, there's like a big cut on your
You do
head.
more
One of your-
damage than you
Your
do
horn
health.
is like hurting. You're like,
Yeah.
son of a bitch, as
Well, it's
you feel
sorcerer.
this
It's
horrible
evil.
jolt, almost like you guys got like bashed in the back of the Jeep, like another car accident, basically hitting you in the back from this telekinesis blast. As you're like,
Whiplash.
oh god! You both take 3
You might have a
points of
concussion.
bludgeoning
I
damage
might.
just from the sheer force of this, and you destroy the kind of the front of the Jeep, but the wheels sort of catch, and you.
So
As
what
you're
did I actually
airborne.
do? I stopped the drawbridge from going up?
No, you punched the car and made it so if you were to drive like this,
So,
it
I
would
was
have
trying
been
to
like.
punch the bridge, but
Oh, you're trying to punch the bridge back down? I
Yeah.
thought you were punching the car to make it go faster.
oh no, that would just kill us.
Oh, okay. All right. So you. Okay. So
We're
then
hitting a
instead
wall. I don't wanna
of
hit it
driving,
quicker.
You see almost like centered right in the middle of the bridge, this like indent of force
Oh,
as the
Jesus.
bridge and the chains kind of whip out of it, like as it kind of lowers back to being lower as it keeps going back because it's motorized. It's not like people
Yeah.
are cranking it, and then you're able to kind of ramp
Blaring
off
the
of it.
horn.
As you're like, your destroyed fucking Jeep as the dragon's like, still chasing you, leaving the town, leaving the checkpoint. As you, so Alex, you see them ramp off and leave. You're not gonna make it before the bridge goes up because you're running. It's gonna be closed well before you get there. Everyone's running around like mad, and as you're standing there, the dragon leaves, and you hear. And you can see you're kind of surrounded by maybe what appears to be like 10 different soldiers, as other ones are sort of milling about, and there are some more coming out confused. Some of them are pointing at you, some of them are pointing at the thing, and they're like, drop the fucking weapons.
Yeah, but how would they know? He wasn't in the car with us.
He hopped out of the car and started shooting people. They didn't see it right away, but some of them saw him. He's in there's soldiers everywhere. Like... They're also like guards. They're not like stupid peasants. So they're like, well, this guy fucking killed Gary. Like, that guy shot Bill in the face. So you are surrounded by about 10 guards. And do we want to stop there?
Yeah.
It's a little before.
I didn't want to betray you, but I figured things went to shit.
No, I think that was the only option you had, right?
I'll make it up to you.
Well, actually, before we even end, do you go peacefully?
Well, I mean, I don't think I could kill 10 people.
There's more coming.
Yeah, so
it's
it's not like a
guns
combat
on you.
situation.
Yeah. And they're guns on you. Not, some of them do have like swords and shit, but guns, like...
Yeah, I guess I'll hold out the AR and the shotgun and drop them, and just hold out my handgun and drop
they grab the handgun.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and then like take it off. Another one takes the knife. They keep like searching more of you, and then
pulling swords out and shit.
and zip tie you, and you're just like as they start dragging you into the admin building.
Okay.
So you guys are free and clear. Alex, you get pulled into the administrative building to the employee entrance, which is they swipe to get in.
Mm-hmm.
They enter, and as you enter, you see that it's basically like kind of like a mini police station.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a front desk. They walk you right past. They walk you over. They take your picture, like as you stand there, and they drag you over to a cell. And you see that they sit you down in this small kind of cell. They undo your things so your hands are free. They've taken your armor. They've taken your weapons. They've taken everything. You're basically just in like a shirt and pants and boots, and just kind of sitting there. And as you sit there, like shit, you hear hey to your right, and you look over.
Crack Fox?
And you see a little goblin as he's sitting there, like kind of on the bars. And he's like.
I speak Goblin, by the way.
Do you?
Yes.
So you understood what he just said? Okay.
Yeah, he said, yep.
Okay.
Dwarvish, Common, Orc, and Goblin.
Awesome. So as he talks, he's like, what you in for?
They just arrested me. A dragon attacked.
Dragon? Well, now you in here with me.
And he's sort of like climbing the bars over here. He's like,
I'd be in here a week.
Why are you in here?
And he drops down.
Whole family gone.
Did you make any shanks in the week?
What?
You've been here a week and you haven't made any weapons?
No, can't. They're good.
I look over. What does the security look like? They're like the rest
Lazy, but not stupid. A
Mm.
little better than Henlet. A little better, but not by much.
Mm-hmm.
Just as soft and squishy as they were in Henlet, but a little bit better, better armed.
How many guys are in this like station right now? Is it like a crowded station, or is this like holding cells and like one guard type of deal?
Holding cells, and a couple of people, like a station, more like a station. Where
Okay.
they're coming and going, and it's just very busy right now. And there's maybe about 5 of them in there right
They were
now,
just under siege.
talking to each other and talking about him or talking about you. And he's like.
So what happened in the last week? Have you been in the cell the whole time?
Yeah.
Did it take you out for anything?
No.
What about phone call or food?
Goblins no phone.
You have rights.
Not here. Killing my tribe. Killing everybody. Gotta get out.
What did they use to open these cells? Like keys?
Him.
And he points to a kind of stone-faced guard that's looking at you already.
I smile at him. What's inside the cell?
A bed. That's it.
Made out of steel?
Yes. With some, like a simple mattress on top, like a thin mattress, springs.
And a toilet?
Nope.
A toilet. A bucket?
Nope.
Okay. I'm gonna lay in the bed and feel underneath, like if there's bars or anything underneath the bed.
Under the bed, you feel screws holding
Almost
it together.
I want to start feeling if I could loosen any of them or like.
So as you start unscrewing it, the goblin starts, and he just starts singing to himself about knives, about slitting throats, and kind of giggling to himself. And the guard over at the other place just, staring at you, just kind of turns around and starts talking to the other guards across the room as you just start unscrewing the screw and we'll leave it there.
That was
Okay.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Using the character screen is so convenient.
Use
I just
it.
did
Maybe
the
I
hit
should
points
start
and stuff.
bringing my. Oh, you can do hit points.
Look,
Yeah.
like you can apply healing.
Oh
and
my
shit.
god. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start
We
bringing
can
my
walk
laptop.
through and. Well done, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome. That was a great continuation after the great battle.
I think I like the way we do like simple soldiers and simple minions and thugs and everything.
Mhm.
Give them the same amount of like squishiness. Where like if you hit them, depends on what you just hit them with.
Mm.
They're either gonna die or go down.
I like that
Yeah,
rather than
that-
rolling a combat situation in the middle of this
Yeah,
hectic
would
shit.
have it slows it down far too much. But I think for boss fights,
Yeah,
it should
definitely.
still be as intense as that was. And I think that was just so long because of all the guards had their turn. But like when it's just fighting the
That was
big
awesome
bad,
though.
it's
That was
crazy.
straight combat, and that was done well, like
Yeah,
really well.
So I think boss fights may be like that, where they're
Mhm.
very long. But this
It's like
So
the
we were
role-playing
texting,
type
There's a
of-
blend.
exactly. And I think this is how I want to do the blend, where it's more like how,
I like
how we
that.
used to play D&D.
Mhm.
And then when you get into the boss fights, it's like serious. But even minions like that, like random people, where
Calculated.
if you hit them, it depends on how you just hit them, whether you hurt them that bad or killed them or not. Like how I used to use my discretion, kind of.
Alright. So I'm going to stop recording.
Oh, shit.
Amanda, are you looking up pictures of zombie children?
Mm-hmm.